Now on the stream. Doing too many things at once, Eddie Vader. Way too many things at once. What was that?
That will get you in trouble, my friend.
But thank God for another beautiful day. It truly is a beautiful day. It's the type of day that makes you want to sing.
I slept in today. I took some NyQuil last night so I could get some sleep, and it did. It knocked me right out.
Nice.
But I got up at 8:40 and went out and sat on the deck. Joey, it was already 98 degrees outside.
At 8:40?
It felt, I think it was in the 90s, but
That's
felt
early or late for you?
8:40. Mid-morning for me.
Mid-morning for you?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to start going outside every morning instead of sitting in the dungeon. I'm going to go outside. But, dude, it was so hot.
Yeah, but it's still beautiful out there.
Oh, it's gorgeous. The birds are singing.
Yeah, no, and I had this music going as I pulled back into my driveway, and the neighbor's tree had these, I can't remember the flower or the tree type, but it was these pink petals where it got windy, and all of a sudden it started raining those.
Oh, yeah.
In perfect cue with the music. I'm like,
yep.
It's a beautiful day. So thank God for a beautiful day. Hopefully it'll be a beautiful show, and Montgomery needs a new mayor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can agree on that for sure.
Now, that won't fix all our problems, but it'll fix some. Or give us a chance to fix them.
Yeah.
But normally we would talk to Erica Thomas on a Thursday, and I've not gotten word from her. I'm not seeing a phone call from her. I'm a little worried about her. Okay, there is a wasp right above your head.
Nah. I got bigger problems. My sod guy's there, and I'm not.
No, seriously, there's a wasp flying right here in the studio.
Okay.
Right there. Okay.
It's okay, Joe. It's okay.
That's just unnerving. But you see, Trump, they dropped more bombs on Iran?
Yeah, but I didn't see gas prices skyrocket, so.
Yeah, so hopefully.
But then I heard today there's only been 2 oil tankers allowed to go through the Straits of Hormuz in the last 24 hours. Well, we burned through more than 2 tankers, right?
Yeah, that's no good at all. And, of course, Trump had to use the different Air Force One, the original Air Force One, or the older one, to get out of Turkey, as Soldier Boy was covering the other day.
And he nailed it. I think Soldier Boy nailed it.
Also, a lot of folks are doubling down. There are all these headlines of how all these conspiracy theories about Candace Owens, Candace Owens is saying about Charlie Kirk.
I saw another one last night.
But a lot of folks are saying because of this pretrial, a lot of these things are getting debunked. Now, there are some folks that think Charlie Kirk is still alive, and it's because
I have not gotten into that theory.
They're high.
Oh, okay, because I hadn't gotten into that theory at all.
Right.
He's still alive, really. Is there a big push for that?
Now, if you are high, that sort of stuff can be a lot of fun, because you don't care, really, at the end of the day. You don't care about truth.
Yeah.
You just care about that feeling. Yeah. And maybe he is alive. That's be crazy, man. But a lot of folks think, because of the pretrial and the basic facts laid out, that a lot of these conspiracies have been put to dead. No. The queen of the conspiracy has doubled down. And they will continue to double down.
Why is that, Joey? Is it because it pays to double down on stupid?
Yeah, and I don't think it's just a monetary thing. I think it's a whole mix of stuff.
Do you think there's true belief that she believes the BS she's selling?
Did she actually believe it? No.
Okay.
No way.
Thank you.
No way. Most of them, I've seen a few of them do this over the years. Most of them are too smart.
Yep.
They might get down a certain rabbit hole where they're yeah, I think this particular thing's true, but no. It's the show. It's the sizzle.
It is.
And, when you're talking about the death of, young conservative icon, it will be a martyr, political martyr for years to come, no matter what folks try to say otherwise. It's just a sad thing.
It is.
Sad thing to see. Because, I saw Jeremy Boring stealing my line.
What?
Months ago, I wrote about how the age of social media is that of the accuser and the scatterer.
Yeah.
And he was saying that about Candace Owens, that she's straight up demonic. I'm like, hey, Boring.
You called it first?
I called that first. Yep. Now nobody listens. It's fair.
No, Joey,
probably life is better in that
That's
regard.
where you're wrong. Everybody listens.
Yeah.
It comes to be problems with that sometimes, Joey. Everybody listens.
Everybody does listen?
Yeah.
So we could get into that and what's been actually exposed in the court and the back and forth in that regard. Again, the more strikes by the United States on the Iranians, especially targets in the Strait of Hormuz. Trump saying, quote, I am not sure I want to make a deal with them. Let's finish the job. I don't think war is starting up again. The deal is very simple. If they shoot at ships, we're going to knock the hell out of them. They hit us once, we hit them 20 times. How about that?
But the thing is, okay, we're putting out that fire. We're putting out that fire. How many of these little fires like this are going to keep going off? And I'm with Trump. I don't want to put boots on the ground, but I feel like more than likely that's where we might be going.
Now, we also have stories about states cracking down on IVF, trying to regulate IVF more. It's actually probably not the worst idea in the world.
Okay.
Like you won't, killing human beings.
Joey, but you're getting the government involved in
like stopping people from killing human beings.
That just means they're going to double down on killing human beings. That's what usually happens.
Perhaps.
That's what
we did just talk about dropping bombs.
See?
A screw tape, or excuse me, that's a C.S. Lewis reference. A screw worm.
Oh, yeah.
Is spreading across Texas and now is in 21 counties in Texas.
Was it the diarrhea worm?
Something like that.
Yeah, I heard about that this weekend.
And then also a deadly fungal storm, like storms.
Strange shrooms?
Deadly fungal storms are threatening 11 states. Now, this is mostly in the Southwest, out west, so not affecting us. But it's a hell of a story. I've never heard of that.
Fungal.
Like, a fungal storm. Sounds dirty when you say it.
Is it shroomish? I mean, is there...
You should have seen this fungal storm last night.
Oof. Does it smell? I got a feeling there's a smell to it.
I'm sure there's a stank to it.
There's a smell.
I bet it's bad for the lungs.
Yep, I bet it is.
Like real bad for the lungs.
We're bringing back masks?
Ugh. It's almost like half of Japanese anime is like spores got in you.
Yeah.
Or in some way. In fact, those two stories could be a whole anime. The screwworm and the fungal storms. They're coming. Also, an interesting survey about Latino voters, because people often talk about on the right and the left, this whole idea of you let more folks in legally or illegally, they're just automatically going to go Democrat. And when you look at actually the breakdown of a lot of Latino voters, now some of this has to do with ethnicity, like what nation are you from?
Right.
Are you from Mexico? Are you from Argentina?
Guatemala.
Are you from Cuba? Or, where are you from?
Right.
And it kind of predicts your politics. And if you are a citizen, how long have you been a citizen? And it's not huge numbers one way or the other. It's actually a pretty divided across the board population politically. Like, I don't have it right in front of me, but you're talking 30% here, 30% there, 30%, or, another few undecided.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but I thought most of your Hispanic people are going to be Catholic.
Yeah.
And granted, they're thankful that Democrats let them in. I don't think they identify with the politics of Democrats because I think they hold their religion closer than they do their politics.
Well, there's also a lot of very liberal Catholics. Don't
what?
Stop kidding. Don't kid yourself.
What?
No, they stay true on the old abortion thing, but
they hold heavy on that. But
there could be a lot of the Catholic Church has all different types. Maybe that's
you're telling me that
speaks
different
to something
people
about it. Yeah.
In the same kind of religion have different views.
Right. But no, you're right though. Culture. You're bringing up a good point to bring up the religion, to bring up the culture, and say even the non-religious.
Yeah.
Think of like who Trump appealed to with the UFC stuff.
Yep.
So a lot of folks, especially young men in the Hispanic community, love the UFC fights.
Yep.
Love that sort. So there's a machismo there that is not exactly, doesn't fit like a glove with the Democratic Party these days.
But it works.
Yeah. But despite all these things, and local judge, you see that the Montgomery County Circuit Court Judge Brooke Reed dismisses the lawsuit challenging Tuberville's residency. That's so shocking. Everybody thought it might happen. I saw a fellow on Facebook, I don't want to rub it in, but he's running for city council and used to be on the radio and stuff. Does a podcast now. You also listen.
Mm-hmm.
He was saying on good sources, this Tuberville thing could be a real problem. And it's like,
problem for who?
Okay, when that occurs, but Coach told you, folks.
Yeah.
He said, do I look stupid? Do I look dumb to you? I'm a football coach. I know everything.
Everything.
That is one of the greatest lines. It should go down in history. I know there are so many lines and zingers and news cycles where you don't remember things, but I'm a football coach. I know everything is one of the best things I've ever heard.
I can't argue with that, Joey.
And why do you say that, Joey? Well, it's not perfectly it's because it's exaggerated. It's downright Trumpian. And
that's
also there's a
Trumpian.
bit of truth also to it.
When it comes to this, you don't think that he did the homework?
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, these are people throwing crap at the wall and see what will stick.
Mm.
And there's nothing that's sticking right now.
We also have Barry Moore slamming the Smithsonian Museum over their reported use of radical left propaganda and degeneracy. And we also have an AWOL U.S. Marine accused of setting fires in Rogersville, Alabama, and calling himself Jesus. I wonder which one he got charged for.
Oh, boy.
Hey, in Rogersville, you can't call yourself Jesus,
No,
son.
you cannot.
I don't care if you got long hair. And by the way, he doesn't even have long hair. He doesn't even have the look.
Really?
Yeah, kind of looks like a Marine that went wrong. You
Ah.
know what I mean? Stayed in the microwave a little too long.
Yep. That's what happened.
But here's the story I really want to land on. Because are you in Elmore County?
Yeah,
Titus?
100%.
Yeah, where we're hanging out on the water?
That's Elmore
That's
County.
Elmore County. You think about, you want to run for coroner?
No.
You don't want to run for
I'm not
coroner?
into dead people.
Because we need one.
I know.
The GOP there in Elmore County struggling to find a coroner candidate following their
Who wants to
nominee's
go play with
arrest.
dead people? Not me. Because you have to, like, if there's a dead body, you have to go out and go, yeah, it's dead. I don't want that. I don't want that.
I think joining us, let's see, is this, who's this?
This is Erica.
Hey, Erica.
Thomas, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are y'all?
Pretty good.
Pretty great. And we were just talking about a story. This is the one I wanted to land on. I think Eddie Bader should become a candidate to be the next coroner of Elmore County. He lives
He's
there.
good, but
You don't want to look at dead body?
I'm not a dead body kind of guy.
Mm.
Never
Yeah,
have been.
he looks a little spooked, so I don't think that
Yeah.
would work out very well. I mean, but maybe it's like one of those things where you face your fears and you get over them. Who knows?
Can I have an assistant?
Not me.
Exactly. See, this is a job for AI. This is not a job for me.
No, if Eddie is allowed to get assistant's corner, it's going to be every 90s cliche.
I could see both of you going on a crime scene like, where's the body?
Dude.
No, like what's that movie, Charlie Wilson's War?
Oh, I was thinking.
You know how he
my car.
staffed, know how Eddie staffed up, or how Charlie Wilson staffed up his office? I could see Eddie doing that all day. Like, why are all your assistants a certain demographic, Eddie?
Joe, stop. You know that must be coming true before long. Stop.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, gals, let's go noodling in the moonlight. Oh, I'm sorry, Erica. I've been too good of a mood today. But
This is great. This is great. I needed a little moment to take from all the serious news today.
Well, hey, I've got a question for you, and you probably cover this or plan on covering it. But I heard there was a fight down there at the festival this weekend at a country music show.
At the wharf?
Yeah, the wharf.
Yeah, I haven't covered that one, so it's not surprising to me.
Really? I thought.
Why is that news again?
Yeah. I don't remember the band. It was a country band, but apparently the fight was pretty good. Where the
Eddie
guy
just
said it
likes
was like a
fights.
UFC, and they were pounding head against the pavement, kind of thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Well,
But you're not surprised by it? You don't even think it's
I mean-
really news?
a fight at a festival.
And you want to be our coroner, Eddie
get
Bader.
Yeah,
So,
we have actual stuff going on down here.
All right, what you got?
And it might be, I don't know. I mean, this Elmore County thing really is kind of crazy. And so I think that's a good place to start.
so what happened? There was a nominee, and he's been arrested. What
Embezzled
happened
money,
with
I
this
think.
fella?
Yeah, the one and only person that was going to be on that general election ballot in November for the Elmore County coroner was Douglas Lamar Neighbors Jr. He was the Republican candidate. There's not a Democratic candidate. And he was arrested for aggravated theft by deception. Now, this arrest involved funds from the Red Hill Volunteer Fire Department to the tune of $250,000. He's innocent until proven guilty, but he already dropped out of this coroner's race. So now the Elmore County GOP is left trying to find a candidate. They really already approached the current coroner, who said, before I run again, there's going to have to be some major changes.
Oh.
Dale and Gassett, yeah. And so that's kind of where this story took off. It's more about how much coroners across the state of Alabama get paid instead of this arrest, which is an unfortunate event, no matter what. But really looking at this salary and kind of the changes or lack of changes that have been made over the past 15, 30 years, that's really where I kind of landed on this story. And I will say, I think there's going to be more to this later on. I'll probably speak with some people across the state. I think there's a bigger story to be done here. But in Elmore County specifically, the salary is under $18,000 a year.
Oh,
They have
heck
to
no,
use
I'm
their
way out.
personal
No.
vehicle- Yeah.
I
They
figured
have
at
to use
least
their
100,000.
personal vehicle.
No, where is the benefit of being a coroner? You get to pick the pockets of the dead people or something? Other than that, you can't make no money.
Yeah, and Eddie, before you become coroner, you should know that any money taken
Yeah.
from a dead body goes straight to the treasury. So, I mean,
I
that's
might as
like
well
the
take it then. It goes to
point.
my treasury.
Yeah, but this has all.
No,
That's
wait.
incredible. It's just shy of 18 grand.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's not even
Just
minimum
shy of
wage, man.
18. Well, and they have to use some of that for expenses that they incur, in their job. Not to mention the fact they have a cell phone with them 24/7, so they get called a lot in the middle of the night to come
I need an own
examine
driver.
a body. Yeah, and so it's a slim salary for the coroner, and so that's why Coroner Gassett said he wants to see some changes. He's been approaching the commission the last 3 years, trying to get an increase of a simple $37,000 salary
Wow.
with a county vehicle provided, and
Yeah.
he has not been able to get that yet.
Okay, but also this is ripe for really a massive abuse and fraud in the sense of if you're not getting paid that much, and
Where are
it's
you
your
making your money?
responsibility to track whether or not an unnatural death, what's the cause
Right.
of death here? How much money if you're not making much, somebody could park 100 grand, 200 grand in your lap and make it go away.
Yep.
And you
Easily.
just write a report and nobody thinks anything
Yep.
of it.
That's a whole other point that I haven't explored in my thoughts yet. But yeah, that's always a concern. I guess no matter how much you're getting paid, you could become a bad person. But obviously, we don't know of any of that happening.
Yeah, I'm not accusing anybody of that. I'm just saying if this is a
It'd be ripe
statewide
for that.
problem, it's very ripe for it.
Yeah.
Very ripe.
Is this a statewide problem? Is this a typical salary for your coroners?
This is a statewide problem, actually. If you analyze kind of the salaries across the state, the only coroner's offices that really get a larger budget are the ones that have a medical examiner, like a surgeon or a doctor as coroner. Some of the larger counties, like Jefferson County, but even Baldwin County, we're a larger county, but our coroner still doesn't get paid very much. Gassett said, looking right next door, all of the counties surrounding him, he gets paid less than most of them. So Elmore County is a special case, but really altogether, I mean, it's just very low pay. Of course, we don't want to expand the government, make the government bigger and all that, but at the same time, at least this is an important position. I mean, if you look at their job description, what all they have to do, apart from tracking unnatural deaths and going out at 3 o'clock in the morning to look at a dead body, they also have to take sworn statements. They have to summon juries, in some cases issue subpoenas. There's a lot to this. It's a law enforcement job,
Yeah.
really. And so to see them getting paid so little, it's kind of disturbing. And it used to be where in Alabama, if something happened to the sheriff of a county, the coroner would take over. They changed that law, but they still have a huge responsibility. So you would think that they at least wouldn't be paying to do what they're doing. He did the math, and Gassett said he makes about $2.04
Yeah.
an hour when you put it all together.
God.
He makes less than, no offense, but less than the dog catcher.
Yeah, people don't flip burgers for that amount.
Right. It makes no
I mean,
sense at all.
It's not doable.
But then why would
Yeah.
somebody want the job? Is it a stepping stone for something else?
Well, not really. I mean, it's more of a political position because it's an elected official, but at the same time, if it's not doable, it's not doable,
Mhm.
and that's why Gassett said he wants to see change. And
Yeah, I don't blame
he 99.9% believes that that's why the Elmore County GOP is having a hard time finding a candidate
Yeah.
who wants to run for that when you're going to dedicate your every day to a position where you really don't get paid.
And we're going to move on to another story here in a second. Then we're going to slowly walk towards the most depressing, crazy story.
All right.
I think you know what I'm talking about, Erica. But in the meantime, there was a a text from our good friend Josh over there at Dylan Rings.
Oh, I love Josh.
Said Eddie is the Elmore County coroner, and it literally looks like Don Johnson in Miami Vice. But Eddie's face. I think that would probably end up being. We talk about it's ripe for fraud, Eddie.
I'm telling you, if I'm only getting paid $18,000 a year to go hang out with dead people, yeah, I got to have some side income.
And then my one last takeaway from this story, Eric, is there are no Democrats in Elmore County?
Democrats don't play with the dead. Mm-mm.
Oh, well, no comment. I'm bugging out on that one, guys.
Okay.
Okay.
No Democrats in there?
Democrats don't play with the dead.
Okay.
There's no Democratic candidate for the coroner's position.
Thank you for the straight facts, man. Now, there's another one here, and this guy doesn't even look like Jesus, but he's been calling himself Jesus. An AWOL U.S. Marine accused of setting fires all over Rogersville?
Yeah, this was just a really sad case. I mean, this guy, Jacob Harmon, he's from Virginia. He's a U.S. Marine officer. Apparently, he was being treated in the Veterans Hospital for mental issues when he hightailed it out of there and started setting fires all over the place. That's the allegation. In Alabama, there was 2 fires he was connected to, allegedly. Rogersville Police Chief Brian Hudson told me about this yesterday. I talked to him on the phone for a while, and he said, you know, there was a camper in a house off of County Road 564 that caught fire, and they connected Harmon to this. As soon as they showed up to speak with him, they learned he had burned some Bibles and Arabic materials. They smelled marijuana, had probable cause for search. Searched him, found marijuana on him, allegedly. Innocent until proven guilty. Let's not forget that. So they took him into custody, and then after investigating a little further, they found out he was likely connected to similar incidents in 2 other states.
Wow.
And so, yeah, I mean, it's just really sad. Not really sure what the purpose or his motive was, the reason he did these things. Obviously, suffering from mental health issues,
Yeah.
and that's a problem among our veterans in the United States. So we've done stories on that. We've talked about it before. This is another example, and it's really sad. This guy has ended up behind bars. He's in the Lauderdale County Detention Center on bonds totaling $63,500. So that's a pretty hefty bond, and probably if he is connected to these other similar incidents, he'll be extradited to other states as those charges come down.
Yeah, and it is tragic, but there's so much that comes under the banner of mental health, and especially in the veteran community. You know, we've talked about a good deal with Troy Carrick on here, Admiral Kent Davis on here, but that's a big banner. It can mean a lot of things. It sounds like this guy was stark raving mad, like just not in his right mind. If he's saying to the officers, "I'm Jesus," and he's just randomly burning things, and he's been doing this, he's on a trail of doing this. It's just an example of how the systems we have in place really just aren't ready to handle this stuff. Like, how does this guy get out and is allowed to do this in multiple locations?
Yeah, the military hospitals are overwhelmed with mental health patients. And, you know, year after year we hear politicians saying we need to focus on this, we need to focus on this, but we really need to see the results of that focus, because this is just an example of somebody falling through the cracks. This should not have happened.
Mm-hmm.
And whether he started experiencing these mental health issues while he was in the military is unknown. He could have had them pre-existing, but this was a United States Marine officer. You know, this is obviously somebody that's been very well trained, has gone through classes, and just a smart person. So to see this, and really when you look at his mugshot, you can tell he's been put together. He does have that crazy look in his eyes, like, you know, just, I mean, he's kind of smirking in his mugshot.
Mm-hmm.
You can see it on 1819news.com. We posted it. Unfortunately, I hate even having to do this story, but it's just the reality, and people need to be able to see what's going on in our military.
Now, the next one's even worse, I suspect, just the topic of it. It is the top trending story there at 1819. A lot of folks clicking on this one. Bluntsville Christian podcaster offs himself, commits suicide as deputies move in for arrest related to child sexual contact. according to the sheriff. You had to write this up and look into this, Erica. Sorry you had to do that. That's one of those ones where it's awful. What's the story here?
Well, I did talk to Blount County Sheriff Mark Moon yesterday after this happened, just less than an hour after it happened, really. And the people that really had to deal with this, it's so sad, is those deputies. They showed up to this house in Blunsville to serve an arrest warrant. The guy's name is Richard Uhas. He's also known as Rick Uhas. He has that podcast, Renewed Mindset. It is a Christian podcast, but he allegedly was substituting at a school, at a Christian church school, when these two incidents happened in June. He's charged with 2 counts of electronic solicitation of a child and 2 counts of clergy sexual contact with a child. I will say we don't usually report on suicides. You know, the news, we just don't do that. But this is a high-profile case. This is something where there was a victim alleged. He'll never get justice now because he killed himself. So we won't know anything else. This case is closed. Very sad for the female victim, a young child. And if you read the court documents, they're terrible. I kind of summed it up a little bit in the story on 1819news.com, but what he did allegedly was just terrible to this child. And he used the old saying, like, I have candy in my office, you know, to get the little girl in there. It's just sick. And so yesterday when those deputies showed up to the house, they surrounded the house. They knocked on the door, announced themselves, and that's when they heard a single gunshot. So at that point, they forced entry into the home, and they found Uhas dead in a back bedroom, dead from a single gunshot wound.
And it's, the last sentence that you put in the story is the Renewed Mindsets podcast discuss end times prophecy, biblical warnings, and a call to live holy in the final days. And I don't know, it's sometimes those who proclaim the word the most are the most ripe for the demons out there and the enemy out there. And I don't know, that's just awful. And I mean, and talk about an ultimate act of despair and what he did just from the little bit you described in the story. And I'm not going to read it on air. And I think you probably held back from what's actually in the charging documents in full. He certainly wasn't living holy in his final days.
Yeah, and I hate to put that out there, like the people that preach the most are the ones doing these things. That's not the case. There's bad apples in every bunch, and at the end, the ultimate judge will be the one to make the final say. And we all just have to live and pray for all those that are struggling, but ultimately the victim in this case is the one we need to pray for, because this child will not get justice.
Well, and just to underline it, I guess the point I'm making is if you're the enemy, if you're the hostile, wicked one, it's let's say a bigger, awful prize to take down somebody that is supposedly preaching the word of Jesus Christ. It's those sorts of stories you see in all sorts of different churches and denominations when people lose trust in their pastor. God forbid they lose trust in God. But that's what I mean. There's a target. Anybody that takes that job, and the folks good at it understand this and understand to guard themselves. But it's a pretty awful thing when you when you see how somebody's end arrives in this way. And you're right. We should pray for this young girl and pray for the victim here.
Yeah, it's definitely an evil, and an evil in multiple ways. It can discourage people. It can discourage people that are thinking about becoming Christian from going away. And you always hear that, I don't want to go to church because all the hypocrites. And I hate hearing that. That's the worst, because at the end of the day, you don't go to church for anybody but God, and so that's how you got to look at it. Hopefully this will not discourage many, but it is a high-profile case, so that's my fear.
Do you know how big was this podcast?
I had never heard of it before, and I looked it up. Looked like he had a few episodes, a couple of months. He was really going strong back in December, but it seemed that in the past few months he kind of slowed down a little bit. So I don't know if it was currently a big a big podcast. But like I said, I'd never heard of it.
Okay. Well, that's one of those ones that's just awful to even read, to even think about and ponder. And Eddie, you sure you don't want to be coroner?
I'm good.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. Appreciate the offer.
Yeah.
Boy,
Yeah.
I do not endorse Eddie for coroner.
Appreciate that.
Yeah.
It was the Treasury comment. I just can't.
Yeah, I couldn't do it, so we're good. I need a driver. I need another assistant. Yeah. Plus, I need somebody to hold the bucket because I'm probably going to get
You
sick
do
at some
get
point.
3 deputy coroners for that
Ooh.
position. So.
Okay, well, suddenly I'm reconsidering. 3, huh?
Yeah,
And they can declare the guy dead? I don't have to go? Or do
they
I have to go?
can. Yep. But ultimately, you're responsible. So
They
good
they
luck.
can be proxies.
They
for
probably
you,
make
but,
more money than I do.
but you're the one who carries the stamp.
I'm good. I don't end up getting in trouble.
Well, Erica, I appreciate the time as always. Appreciate your reporting, especially on this hard stuff. If folks want to check out what you're working on, how can they do so?
You can head over to 1819news.com and see the stories from me and all of our wonderful reporters. Also, be sure to sign up for our newsletter, get our top stories every day, and become a member to support us.
Thank you. God bless, Erica.
Thank you. God bless.
Erica Thomas, folks, there with 1819 News. We got to hit this break. But first, this part of the program brought to you by Josh and Leslie Ryder there at Dillon Rings.
Yes, sir.
And of course, at Dillon Rings, they are ready to help you with any and all of your jewelry needs. But if you go to their Facebook page right now, you can see, a current project that Josh, the jeweler, is working on, something truly special. Just got a glimpse of the wasp out of my periphery. Yeah, he's back. That one actually made me twitch there for a second. This is the latest CAD progress. So it's really cool. Like you can see he'll do a normal artistic drawing and rendering and then do an AI one to kind of spruce it up and make it even look more photoreal. But then it gets into the proper CAD. Here's the actual dimensions. Here are the actual materials we're going to use to where you're getting the exact look. And so they're designing a flowing leaf and vine details to beautifully frame a precious old family diamond. Absolutely stunning. The two-tone gold, yellow, and white look is coming together exactly as envisioned, organic, elegant, and full of meaning. And so they're still refining the details. You know, I did this process with this Sacred Heart pendant, and yeah, you can get to that point. You can say, well, let's tweak this just a little bit, that just a little bit. But it's really cool how they start to dial it in, and then all of a sudden, it's a reality.
Nice.
You can put that thing on your finger. So check them out today. If you're looking for that great custom design work, second to none, Josh Jeweler. And of course, Josh and Leslie can help you with any and all of your jewelry needs. If you're just looking to buy, repair, clean something up, maybe get an appraisal. They do it all. We'll tell you more about Dillon Rings a little later in the program, but stop by today at 119 Brown Springs Road. The wasp has got me all out of sorts. 119 Brown Springs Road here in Montgomery, just off of Atlanta Highway. And be sure to tell them that Joey. Yeah.
And the wasp sent you.
Yeah. We'll be right back.
He may not know whether he's coming or going, but whether you're going to work or coming home, Greg Budell is there. Mornings 6 till 9 and afternoons 3 till 6. Only on News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Sound familiar? At Mattress Firm, we understand there are many problems that can keep you up at night, like snoring, aches and pains, or sleeping hot. Our sleep experts have the unrivaled know-how to match you with a mattress that can help. And now upgrade to a Tempur-Pedic and get a $300 instant gift, plus next-day delivery. For the great sleep you deserve, visit Mattress Firm. We make sleep easy. Restrictions apply. Next-day delivery available on select mattresses and subject to location. See store for details.
I can't believe how spotless my floors look after using the Swiffer Power Mop. No more dragging around a heavy mop and messy bucket. Now I get the same deep clean without all the work. Thanks to the powerful solution and scrubbing pad of the Swiffer Power Mop, dirt and grime don't stand a chance, and I don't break a sweat. Mic drop. Mop drop. A smarter way to mop. Try it or your money back.
What's your biggest investment? More than likely, it's your home. So treat it that way when you hire a painting contractor. PBS Painting, there are no gimmicks, no $99 specials. Just quality painting and someone who treats your home with the same respect that you do. At PBS Painting, we have been painting for years and look forward to many more years to come. With PBS Painting, the job gets prepped properly, whether it's cleaning, scraping, or priming. We always use quality products, which is a must for a quality paint job. So if you're looking for a painter that doesn't need upfront money and is on the job at all times, then please give me a call. Scott Bowers and PBS Painting, 294-5122. That's PBS Painting, 294-5122. Look at some of our work on Facebook at PBS Painting Montgomery.
Trust is the number one reason why a patient chooses a healthcare provider. Adams Drugs has been your trusted healthcare provider since 1962 and has been voted the number one pharmacy in the River region for many years. We strive each and every day to provide you the level of healthcare you have come to expect from Adams Drugs. The employees at Adams Drugs take pride in developing relationships with their patients, from making sure your prescriptions are filled correctly to getting to know you and your family's needs and following up on any questions you may have. Adams Drugs employees deliver top-notch service. We ask you to visit us at any of our locations in Montgomery, Prattville, Wetumpka, Millbrook, and Pine Level Marbury and give us a chance to earn your business. You can find us at adamsdrugs.net for the location that is nearest to you. Adams Drugs is your local, independently owned Health Mart pharmacy. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
The Rich Thomas Weather Network is brought to you by Ernest Financial.
If you're tired of losing your money in the stock market, call David Ernest, 334-279-7431. Ernest Financial, LLC.
Hi, everybody. July heat and humidity rolls on with more sunshine today and a high temperature up to probably the middle 90s with triple-digit heat indices, lows at night in the mid-70s. And once again, the radar will be active with some spotty random showers and storms here and there, most numerous in the afternoon and evening hours, and that will continue tomorrow and Saturday as well. Little day-to-day change until perhaps on Sunday when the storms become a little bit more numerous. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
Life's a beach with an ASE loan financing the fun you deserve. It's your summer, your way. ASE has the funds. Apply online or at any of our 9 locations.
ASE Credit Union. Your life, your cause, your ASE.
Federally insured by NCUA.
News happens, you'll hear about it first. The River Region's most trusted voice. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Welcome back. And if you're wondering how I came up with this song, I just put a microphone up to Eddie Vader's heart.
Let me go ahead and tell you something, buddy. You work out this morning?
I did not.
I just got a picture of a pallet of sod in front of my house, out by the lake. You feel like working out this afternoon?
No,
I invite you to be my gym mate.
I got a push in legs tomorrow.
What's that mean?
I'm going to do chest and triceps, and I always do biceps and shoulders every day, and then
right. That sounds like
legs, like a bunch of squats and
sounds like that would be today.
Straight leg deadlifts.
You could do all that today.
No thanks.
All in one workout.
I got plans. I got plans. Anyway, let's go to Simpler Days. Hey, Simpler Days, how you doing?
Oh, pretty good. Hey, Eddie, if you want to make a significant dent in the prison population in the state of Alabama, round them up and let them lay sod for about.
Getting there. I forgot how big a pallet of sod was.
No, last time I think I actually carried sod, I was 20 or 21, working for Parks and Rec, and we had, most days, we had it made windshield time, baby. But there was one day we had to resod one of the big fields over a good one.
Yeah.
Dadgum. That was not a fun day.
Yeah, so tomorrow, if you don't hear from me, it's either I had a heart attack or I'm so sore I can't even pick up the phone to call you. So just know that.
It in roofing or anything like that in this Alabama heat, it will make you appreciate air conditioning.
That was the hardest job I ever had, was roofing in Alabama. And that was, yeah. Between that and the weather coming up, I mean, you'd be roofing, all of a sudden, you look over and you see storms coming. You got to get and go, pretty quick. Yeah, not fun.
Did you have a lift to take the shingles up, or did you manually have to take them up on the ladder?
Well, actually, our lift was named Manuel. He was a pretty cool guy. But one time there was a tornado coming, and he got the heck out of there. So, yeah.
A bag of Fritos. And his sister was very friendly and
Very
got
friendly.
the job done.
Yep, very friendly.
There we go.
But no lie, one
Hey, the
time there
two
was this lady.
positions-
There was this lady. I don't know if you know what roofing tar is, Joey. It's tar.
Tar. Yeah.
Okay. It was in a 1-gallon bucket. So I said, hey, let me get you a trowel so you can spread that roofing tar out. She's like, no, I don't need a trowel. I got my hand.
Oh.
Dude, just that's how she did it. And every dude said over there with their mouth open, like, holy crap, that woman is more man than I'll ever be.
Very, very tough. Man.
Yeah.
I'm telling you to do that.
Feel bad for her husband.
Hey, two positions that they need to do away with in the state of Alabama. Number
Okay.
one is coroner. Number two is constable.
Ooh, yes, the
Constable.
constables. I forgot all
Nice.
about those.
I like that name, though.
Mm-hmm.
Both, yeah, it comes from the old English, the old Bobby type guy. But anyway, both of them need to be just stricken from the record. They're dinosaurs. And we wonder why people in the North are out look down on us in the South. I mean, you got a guy that may be a plumber. He may be whatever in his full-time job, but in his part-time job, he's Wetumpka's coroner.
What if he was a taxidermist in his full-time job, but he was a coroner in the part-time job?
Do you know how ripe it is for corruption?
Yes, you give me
It really
18
is.
grand a year.
Like, as
I'd
soon
be
as I
coming to your
saw
house,
that,
I would, hey, can I get some gas money? I mean, I'm in between checks here.
And I love how Erica Thomas is like, well, you don't want to be a bad person. I'm like, but not getting paid much to look at dead people might turn you into a
Right.
bad person.
Right. At least a pickpocket.
And you got 10, you got 10 death certificates sitting on his desk there that need to be signed off on. And he gets a call from a family member saying, "Look, we're trying to get the insurance money,
That's exactly my thought.
and I'll give you $500 if you'll move our certificate to the front of the list and just bypass any of that other stuff."
Yep.
You think that could happen?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Well, it has happened in this state. And if I'm a family member and I want a medical examiner, I want someone at least has, been to medical school. They don't have to be a forensic pathologist or anything. Just been to medical school other than having a high school diploma and stepping in blood and identifying yourself as coroner.
I'm with you.
Just a thought.
What do the constables do?
Oh, they used to annoy the crap out of us
Constables-
kids. And then we realized they didn't have no power.
Yeah, there used to be one in Millbrook.
Yeah,
called
there was.
Cowboy?
And he yeah.
We used to call him the governor.
He either drove a Superbird Plymouth. I think it's what it was. Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
And it was one hell of a police car. And I mean, he put on a presentation when he hit that old beep beep horn when he pull you over. But constables serve civil papers and such, and they make money by serving civil papers. And but that's another position that needs more training. But we continue to do the things we do, and we wonder why people look down on us and say we're ignorant.
Yeah.
Have a good day, gentlemen.
You too.
Simpler day.
Yeah, I remember when we found out that constable didn't really have no power.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, boy, they shouldn't have let us know that.
Well, we got another story from Elmore County.
Yeah.
Elmore County deputies are searching for people. What did the people do?
Yeah.
They're throwing large rocks
I
at
saw that,
traffic.
dude.
That's pretty, actually, like.
That's, we
well,
did a
that
lot
would-
of vile things growing up, but that was one we didn't do that much.
Oh, at least 15 vehicles have been struck and
With
damaged.
big chunks of concrete, man. Not just, and that could literally kill somebody.
Luckily, nobody's been hurt. Wow. But investigators have identified the same vehicle on surveillance cameras at several gas stations along the route where the incidents were reported.
Okay.
The vehicle was seen traveling from Tallahassee Highway, Cherokee Trail area towards Holtville Road, South Jordan Dam Road.
That's over there by Big Back. What kind of car was it?
Looks like it's kind of like a black
Mercedes?
sedan.
Is it convertible? Ooh, you better have an alibi, Big Back.
We've cracked the case. Sure.
They better not have they got a secret witness line. I can get some cash out of this deal.
Does the car smell like sawmill gravy?
Yeah. Are there traces of gravy on those rocks?
Anyway, we got to hit this break. First, this part of the program brought to you by James Cole and Cole Plumbing. And they're Cole Plumbing. I mean, they can help you with all your plumbing needs.
Sure can. Say you want to save money, though.
Yeah.
And you do need that new hot water heater.
Yeah.
Think twice before you go with your typical one for Lowe's or for someone else. Look at doing the tankless hot water heater. Yeah. I mean, you're going to end up doing it now or you're going to do it 10 years from now. So why not look at it now? Much more efficient unit. Save you money in the long run for sure. Because you think about what a hot water heater does. It just heats up your hot water all day, whether you're using it or not.
Right.
Why not just have it when it's on demand?
There you go.
Makes more sense.
Or, of course, they can also help you with simple issues like broken toilets.
Yes.
Clogged drains. Especially, you got long hair like me. I know it's coming.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody's going to have to come snake it.
Snake it. That's right.
Or it could be that garbage disposal just ain't working.
Ooh, yeah.
Like you hit the switch and you hear a noise, but it smells.
Yeah.
It's like a mix of stanky food and
wire burning.
Yes.
Yeah.
And burning. Yeah. So you probably just need a new one if you're at that
More
point.
than likely.
And of course, if you have a major job, of course, a water heater is, a water tank is, but so is a major water line leak inside or outside the home, or a gas line leak, God forbid.
Even more serious.
So have Cole Plumbing's number saved. Just go ahead and save it right now. 334-279-8919. That's 279-8919. And just remember, folks, when you have trouble with your bowl,
call on Cole, Joey.
We'll be right back.
Want to carry News Talk in your pocket? Download the News Talk 93.1 app from the App Store. Available on iPhone and Android. Never miss a moment. Download now.
For too long, Alabama's statewide news companies have shamed us for our conservative Christian values. Alabama deserves a news company that cherishes our culture, a company that isn't bought and paid for by the powers that be. 1819 News is that company. Run by Alabamians for Alabamians, 1819 News celebrates what is good and beautiful about our state, while exposing those who work against our values in secret. Just go to 1819news.com to learn more. Subscribe to our newsletter. That's 1819news.com.
Tired of spending your weekends fighting weeds, patchy grass, and a mower that never starts? Mosley Lawn Pros is the solution. They handle residential and commercial lawn maintenance, landscaping, cleanups, and property care, so you don't have to. They show up on time, do the job right, and leave your lawn looking sharp every time. Stop stressing over your yard and start loving it. When it comes to your lawn, call the crew your neighbors and local businesses trust. One call, one crew, problem solved. Mosley Lawn Pros, built on hard work, driven by quality. Find them today on Facebook or Google.
The premier place the River Region turns to for news, weather, traffic, and opinion. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Joey Clark.
Yeah, I can't tell that story on
No, it's a good one, though.
That's a fun moment. Maybe down the road that'll get written up. So there's so many other directions we go, but let's stay local. You just sent me that story.
Yeah, man, that's...
The WSFA actually did a write-up on, thank God.
What was their thoughts on it, or did you...
When a man shot Wednesday night outside Montgomery's Hyundai plant is the headline.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the story. A man was shot late Wednesday night outside the Hyundai plant in Montgomery, according to police and Hyundai officials. Is that how it's said in Korean?
What?
Hyundai?
Hyundai.
Hyundai.
Yeah, and then sometimes it's a da. It just depends.
Hyundai.
Hyundai.
Strong name. Officers were called to the 700 block of Hyundai Boulevard just before 10:30 p.m. They located the victim and he was taken to the hospital with life-threatening injuries. A spokesperson for Hyundai Motor Manufacturing Alabama confirmed the shooting happened in the employee parking area during a shift change.
Yep.
The spokesman identified the victim as an HMMA team member.
Mm-hmm. Means he's not a temp. He's a real Hyundai employee.
He said the incident involved the employee and an armed individual who they do not believe is an HMMA team member. So a temp.
Yeah.
Our thoughts are with our team member and their family. We wish them a full and speedy recovery. Law enforcement is actively investigating the incident, and we are cooperating fully with that investigation. Because it remains an active investigation, we are unable to provide additional details at this time. We are grateful for the prompt response of law enforcement, emergency medical personnel, and those who assisted at the scene. The safety and security of our team members remain our highest priority. No additional details about what led to the shooting have been released at this time. Well, at least not through official channels.
Right.
There's some rumors.
There's a lot of rumors, and that's just, I'm telling you, man, it's someone that worked out there. That's worst case scenario.
Well, how about this? Instead of trying to say this is what happened in this particular incident, why would something like that happen out there?
Over one of few things, but over a woman more than likely. And that's, I've seen that. I've seen more people lose their job over, I hate saying it, but over a woman that was messing around with more than 2 or 3 people. And usually one of them gets jealous and says, it's my girl, that type thing. And Yep. And that woman could care less. And I'm not blaming the woman.
Oh, you should blame that Jezebel to a
Well,
degree. And you should blame the guy who pulled the trigger. And you should blame all the dudes sleeping with her.
Yeah. But I hate admitting it, but in that environment, most big plant environments like that, that's the sleeping around thing is not that uncommon.
Right. Long hours. And are you saying like a woman who works there?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not. It's probably not even like there's certain policies I'm sure in place.
Yeah, but
who actually follows them?
Well, there are policies in place, and if you get caught, you get caught. But and they'll enforce the policy. But most of the time, it's his word against hers and that kind of thing. So I just hate that, man. It really bothers me because even in Montgomery, you can't have a freaking job without worrying about getting shot.
Yeah, I mean, a guy named Greg, one of the first comments on the WSFA story on Facebook is, no way, never hear about this in Montgomery.
I know.
Yeah. Anyway.
It's just too comfortable where it's going to get a gun to take care of something now is just too common. And I know you're going to ruin both people's lives. You don't care. Because your life is gone too. I mean, you're going to be locked up.
Yeah. That's just, I don't know. Again, we've been covering a lot of these stories where think of like what a chaotic, tragic end all this is. Yeah. And chaos breeds chaos, and you might get used to the chaos. You might think that's my life, and you don't want to get taken away from it. You don't want to get out of those patterns because it's all you know. But man,
it's not healthy.
It comes and goes.
And a lot of them know.
Nothing lasts, man, other than God.
That one YouTube documentary about Montgomery.
Yeah.
Those guys knew. I mean, every one of them openly admitted they know they're not going to be here long. So they don't care about life. Your life is even more valuable as theirs, and theirs has no value to them.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's where we're screwing up.
Yeah.
I mean, at some point in life, someone made this child feel as if he's not loved and he's expendable. And,
well, a couple things I'm reading through. Well, we got to hit a break, but I'm reading through St. Augustine's Confessions. It's a very old piece of writing. It was originally written in Latin, beautifully written, even in the English translation, beautifully written. And he talks about as a kid, he stole from a pear tree with a bunch of other boys. Why? Because he was hungry? No. For stealing.
Yep.
Just to steal.
Yep.
And they fed it to the hogs. And then he goes on in life, and I'm at a point where he's in his early 20s or late 20s, actually. And he put his trust in so many things that he started to realize all come and go. Like a friend of his died. And by the way, that friend, while the friend was unconscious from a fever, priest baptized him. And when the friend came to for a little while, he started making fun of it and stuff, and the friend had changed completely.
Really?
From the baptism, saying, no, God is real. And then that friend got the fever again and died later. And he ponders and sits there and meditates on, like, why did this make me sorrowful? Well, I lost a friend. But then it seems like I take pleasure in my sorrow and my misery.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to just continue to take it out and lose myself in this. And the basic long and short point of it is, I think people put so much stock in, it can even be a good thing, a beautiful thing to a degree. But everything comes and goes.
Yeah.
You and me, we are only here for so long.
That's right. Everything has seasons.
Everything has a season.
Yep.
And unless you put, you anchor yourself in the Almighty, that's the only thing that lasts. We all come from him and we'll return to him.
Exactly right.
And, you know, the beautiful thing is you can take and appreciate the fleeting things in life for the beauty and the good and the truth of that they do possess, as long as you understand it all comes from God. Anyway, if I said that to some of the folks out there, you think they might shoot me?
Yeah, because they'd shoot you for telling the truth, brother.
Yeah. Anyway, we got to hit this break.
All right.
We'll be right back.
Broadcasting from the Riverside Chevrolet Master Control Center, this is WACV Cusana, News Talk 93.1 FM. When it's Chevy, it's Riverside.
With SRN News, I'm Bob Agnew in Washington. The U.S. has launched new airstrikes against Iran, and Tehran responded by targeting Gulf countries once again. The exchange of fire threatened an interim deal intended to help end the war in the Middle East. Sirens sounded at least 3 times in Bahrain. Missiles targeted Kuwait and Qatar. The strike raised new concerns that the region could tip back into outright war. President Trump says he believes a ceasefire with Iran is effectively over. He told reporters yesterday he's not sure he wants a deal anymore and says that the U.S. should, in his words, finish the job, but he also insists that the continued back and forth attacks don't mean necessarily a return to war. Ukrainian drones hit more Russian oil facilities and set 2 oil tankers ablaze in the Sea of Azov. That came a day after President Trump pledged to grant Ukraine a license to manufacture those important Patriot air defense systems right there in Ukraine. On Wall Street right now, the Dow is up 178. This is SRN News.
Spring is here, and if you're staring at a home improvement project, wondering how you're going to pay for it, or looking at a big credit card bill piling up, I want you to know about my friends Mike and Brian and the team at Fellowship Home Loans. For over 20 years, Mike and Brian have been helping families like yours tap into something they already have, equity in their own home, a HELOC, a cash-out refi, a debt consolidation loan to wipe out those high-interest credit cards. Whatever fits your situation, Fellowship Home Loans will build it around you. Everything's done in-house, one roof, one team, all with a servant-led mentality. From your very first phone call to closing, you're going to get people who know your name and treat you like family. I know, I'm a customer. Right now, they're offering a free mortgage checkup, no pressure, just a real look at your options. Go to fellowshiphomeloans.com/Mike G, fellowshiphomeloans.com/Mike G, or call 800-510 Mike, 800-510-6453. Fellowship Home Loans, mortgage lending by the book.
Nationwide Mortgage Bankers, DBA Fellowship Home Loans, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS number 81938.
Rich Thomas Weather is brought to you by Victoryland.
Victoryland Casinos, crowning $25K free play giveaway. The more you visit, the more chances you have to win. Victoryland Casino, where you can be a winner too.
Rich Thomas Weather.
Well, hi, everybody. July heat and humidity rolls on with more sunshine today and a high temperature up to probably the middle 90s with triple-digit heat indices, lows at night in the mid-70s. And once again, the radar will be active with some spotty, random showers and storms here and there, most numerous in the afternoon and evening hours, and that will continue tomorrow and Saturday as well. Little day-to-day change until perhaps on Sunday when the storms become a little bit more numerous. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
From the Blue Water Broadcasting News Center, these are today's top stories. Jackson Hospital is asking Montgomery to pass a new property tax. Hospital leaders are requesting a property tax increase from the city and county before a final deal is signed to keep the hospital open. Jackson officials say a multi-million-dollar special ad valorem tax is essential to ensure the hospital's long-term stability. The hospital is also requesting their taxes be abated for at least 10 years. 2 of the Montgomery Zoo's Bengal tigers have begun treatment for chronic kidney disease. According to zoo officials, the condition is often related to aging. The tigers, both 14 years old, live in the Asian realm habitat at the Montgomery Zoo. Visitors to the zoo may not see the tigers outside as frequently as they recover. The Montgomery Area Chamber of Commerce is now securing funding for the Maxwell Capital Gateway project. With new apartment towers and improved retail options, the Maxwell Capital Gateway project aims to upgrade the area for military families. The project has an estimated cost of $37 million with expected completion in approximately 5 years. From the Blue Water Broadcasting News Center, I'm Sky Mosley.
This hour of news and views is brought to you by our good friends at Alabama Home Mortgage. Alabama Home Mortgage, 567-4223. Visit them on the web at myalabamahomemortgage.com. NMLS number 1586368. An equal housing lender.
Whether it's AC or heating or plumbing that you're needing, whatever you require, call Lou Quire.
Don't let plumbing problems strain your wallet or back up your day. Lou Quire's experienced plumbers can get there right away. Call the pros the Montgomery area has trusted for decades to get things done right. Lou Quire offers 24/7 emergency service so your home can run smoothly day and night. License number 22154.
Whatever you require, call Lou Quire right now.
Welcome to Eclectic Coins, Montgomery's largest coin dealer, specializing in buying and selling investment-grade gold and silver coins. And they have a large selection of rare coins and coins from around the world. Visit them at 543 Northeastern Boulevard or on the web at eclecticcoins.com. Eclectic Coins, where collectors who know go.
The views and opinions of the following program are solely those of the host and other contributors. These do not necessarily represent those of Liberty Acquisitions 825, Blue Water Broadcasting, its management, staff, or any advertisers. For Montgomery's conversational radio show, it's News and Views on News Talk 93.1 FM. To join the conversation, call 272-9228.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back. I'm your host, Joey Clark. Eddie Bader in the house with me.
What's up, buddy?
Well, you know that guy I really liked who was running for president? Yeah, when people were pretending like Trump wasn't going to be the nominee in 24?
I do remember that.
And there was a moment where Trump looked tired. Like, does he have it still?
Did he have it?
Then somehow he hit another gear. And also seeing these other folks, even like DeSantis and a few of them, you're like, short little guy with those cute boots? That's going to be the replacement?
I don't think so.
But always keep in mind, people on the right, they were already beating the drum that DeSantis is worse than Trump.
Well, also remember, he's not 6 foot tall.
And I saw, by the way, this great Adam Carolla rant earlier this morning, where he's like, I know y'all are so effing full of, on the left, for two people, Bobby Kennedy, RFK Jr., and Elon Musk. RFK Jr. is literally like the environmentalist. He sues big corporations and cleans up rivers and protects little fish.
Yep.
But because he's trying to get red dye out of things and is maybe questioning the corporations that run and are intermingled with big government, all of a sudden, even with the last name of Kennedy, Same thing with Elon Musk. He's literally created this entire industry of electric vehicles, not just his own brand. He got the ball going.
Oh, for everybody, yeah. And you don't think they're not stealing his technology left and right.
He was a darling of the left until, well, he wants to cut government and starve kids in Africa, and he works for Trump, and he's probably a racist because he's from South Africa and all this
also
other.
the racist, yeah.
Right. And it's just like, y'all are so full of crap. You're so full of crap. Anyway, that was a tangent. It's a great Carolla rant. I didn't do it justice because I can't curse on the air like Carolla can.
I really like Adam Carolla.
Yeah.
It's so funny how
He's
him and Jimmy Kimmel back in
smart.
Years ago, they were my two guys I watched.
Apparently
all the
they're still
time.
friends.
Yeah, they are. But how they've gone just two different directions. I
Oh,
would have
yeah.
I'd never guessed the Kimmel going to the Kimmel, and I would have never guessed.
My
Carolla
question
doing
would be,
this way.
who are they married to?
Well, Kimmel's already.
No, seriously, who are they married to? Who's in that immediate circle? And that might be your destiny there a little bit right there. Like, look at what happened with Bill Burr.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you mean happened to me? Yeah, you know, Bill.
You know.
You know.
You know he's got a brother too, right?
Yeah. Which is crazy because you see it. Once you see it, you're like...
You cannot unsee it.
What's his name? It was the lead singer,
Smashing
writer
Pumpkins.
of Smashing Pumpkins, owned a wrestling...
Billy Corgan?
Billy Corgan, yeah. Yeah. Great songwriter.
Excellent songwriter. And he tells the story so much better than Bill Burr does. Bill Burr tells it with, he's pissed.
Same piece of crap dad, though, for sure.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Billy Corgan seems to be a little more at peace with
very much so.
The deadbeat dad.
Yep.
But anyway, back to that debate stage.
Yes.
Back when we were pretending that Trump wasn't going to be president for a time.
Right.
Or at least the nominee in 2024. There was one fellow who was running. Yeah, not DeSantis, because, I kind of,
Yeah.
And not Vivek, though I like Vivek a lot.
Okay.
And I think he's going to be a great governor of Ohio. But there's one guy, I'm like, I just like how he carries himself. Like, he's not showy. He just because it was like all these names, like Vivek and Ron DeSantis and blah, 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 blah.
I don't remember this guy.
Doug.
Oh, no.
Doug Burgum. I'm kind of like, I like Doug. He kind of looks like George Washington. If he was, in a modern day suit. Like, just seemed like this sort of plain, serious fella. Well, here Burgum, because, of his past experience, especially as governor of North Dakota. And in a lot of the energy sectors and stuff, in his Department of Interior, and been trying to streamline a lot of building out capacity, energy capacity.
Right.
One of the things that he's committed to and the administration's committed to is AI. And so we just did that story. There's one place that's not going to allow data centers here in Alabama, putting an 18-month moratorium or something.
That's what we do in Montgomery on car washes.
What we need to do.
We did.
Oh, we did?
I think we did one.
Well, a little too late. How many do you need?
Well, that's what Wetumpka needs to do with Mexican restaurants. We had 8. Finally, one of them went out of business.
Yeah, I remember when Josh invited me up. You'll go to the new Mexican spot on 231. I'm like, yeah, sure. And I like,
which one is it?
On the map, I'm like, of the 12, which one is it, Josh? What in the world?
Yep.
Are any of them like truly authentic?
They're good. There's a couple that are really good.
Yeah. This is good.
Yeah.
Good stuff. But Burgum, Doug Burgum, went on the Katie Miller podcast. She's married to Stephen.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think the first time I saw her, she was interviewing Katie Britt in Katie's home. It was a lovely interview. Lovely home. But she's sitting down with Burgum, and Burgum brings up that a lot of this anti-AI, anti-data center stuff, he says, is actually conspiracy being pushed by foreign governments that are competing.
By foreign governments?
Yeah, let's listen in. Let's see if we buy what Mr. Burgum is selling.
I don't know.
What's
Secretary
a conspiracy
Burgum,
theory that you believe in?
I mean, one thing for sure that I do worry about, which people think is a conspiracy theory, but it's actually true, which is there's a lot of foreign influence in building up the whole artificial intelligence manufacturing in the U.S. I mean, the whole thing, like, it's going to be water, your power rates are going to go up. I mean, all that is just not true. And my last years as governor, just recently, we brought a $1.2 billion data center to a town of 800 people in North Dakota with no impact on the water, and they're actually doing water capture, so there's actually extra water that's available for farmers, for irrigation, for a bunch of other uses. And they also were generating so much revenue by them paying their electrical bill in a rural co-op. Everybody else in the area got a rebate. Everybody else's electrical bill went down. You know who loves it when we ban the building of artificial intelligence, superintelligence? China loves that. We're being attacked every day in cyber wars. We have been for decades being attacked by these countries, and America has to wake up to that. And you know that when Elon bought Twitter, 40% of the accounts, he went in there, 40% of the accounts weren't people. They were often foreign influencers.
Fox over the weekend.
Now, we'll keep going with this, but you seem to be frowning. You're like,
I don't buy that.
You don't think he's telling the truth on that particular town and data?
If you do, if that's the case, and you really were out to prove something, bring me the receipts.
Yeah.
You don't just say,
No, I think
there
he
was
would.
a town.
No, but I think he would.
Well, I see it. I don't know.
And actually, it makes sense to me because there
Of
are.
course it makes sense to you.
Because there are historical analogs of, in particular, like the railroads.
Mhm.
Now, there were railroads, especially heavily subsidized by the government, in particular the transcontinental, where, I mean, like, let's get a little bit more gradient here and let's do this route around this valley and like all that stuff.
Yeah.
But I think there's a guy named James J. Hill did the Great Northern, completely private. And
Northern
so,
Railroad. Great Northern Railroad.
Yeah. And so, in order to really build that out, what did he do? He literally subsidized towns along the way.
Sure.
And understood this is good for me if I actually am helping these folks out. Like it is sort of the self-interest.
100%.
Win. And so the question becomes to me is not like, are you for or against the data center? I think the question is like, make it worth my while. You don't just get to show up and do this in the same way you don't just get to show up and suck oil from under my feet. This is like, if this is this land's so valuable to you, and if we do have some say so, I don't like this idea of nobody can, because it's the fad, build on this private property that's long been designated as industrial land. But no, if there is a legitimate concern of the locals, like make it worth their while. Guarantee, to your point, the receipts of are you going to produce more water for us?
I mean, that's
are you
the
going
thing,
to bring
though.
down the cost for us?
Every kind of government entity that's ever promised, I will keep using the water park, like the water park. They promised the moon and they never can deliver. So with this, if you're going to say, hey, in this town we were able to do this, bring me the receipts.
And also, like, folks bemoan the loss of the Russell plant. And like all the this old thing that Trump's been trying to bring back, that Ross Perot right now. No, it really is. You need something big that gives people opportunity. Now, it's a tougher sell because how many of those 800 folks in that town are going to actually work at the data center? A few.
A couple.
Few. But it's not the same thing as, like, say, mass manufacturing going on in the 1960s and 70s.
Yeah, but
if there are ways that, especially if these companies start to realize, if we give people essentially a dividend, we make everything cheaper, this is beautiful for everyone.
I agree, but that doesn't happen. What business have you ever known that said we are going to open up a business in Montgomery, Alabama for the betterment of the people?
A Hyundai?
Just saying. For the better, without, I mean, there might be a betterment of the society, but the majority of that betterness is going to go to the manufacturer. I mean, Hyundai, they're making millions and millions of dollars, which is fine.
Well,
but they were given millions of dollars to come here.
Burgum goes on.
Apologized for airing Kevin O'Leary's comments saying that the anti-data center effort that he was referring to in Utah for his own data center was the CCP. Do you agree then with Fox apologizing, saying that the anti-data center effort was not CCP?
I don't know why Fox would be apologizing about that. I mean, the OpenAI and other companies are releasing their own information about where they've uncovered where some of this information is coming from, and whether it's the CCP, if it's coming from a Chinese IP address, maybe it's somebody solo acting on their own behalf. But yeah, no, we're in an AI arms race. We've been saying that for years, and this is one form of that AI arms race. Is people want to use our democratic processes to slow us down in that competition.
I think Burgum makes a good point. Is my takeaway, but I'm just that city boy. Doesn't live in one of these small towns.
City mouse.
So that's fair
You
enough.
don't have a data center coming across the street from your house there, Joey. Might have some apartments coming soon, but you don't have no data center.
I'll take the data center.
I think I would too.
Let's go to Papa B. Papa B.
Don't you think you should apologize? Don't you think you should apologize? Good grief. That's what we hear all the time. That I just think you should apologize. Anyway, so by the way, you mentioned the screw tape letters this week.
Yeah.
You know, there was a movie. They had thought about making a movie with screw tape letters. I guess it just kind of fizzled. Maybe it was getting a little bit too close to home for some folks.
Yeah,
But I believe.
it's also maybe too
Go ahead.
British.
Yep, well, maybe. But I think the screw tape letters were the best most original thinking of CSC.
I agree with you.
You know,
Brilliant stuff.
Well, and look, the Chronicles of Narnia. It was almost like he was looking over there at Tolkien and saying, "Hey, Tolkien's had great success with
Lord of the Rings. Let's see what I can come up with. You know, it's it's a little bit of a cheap knockoff, is all I'm saying.
Yeah, I like Lord of the Rings
Anyway.
better too.
No doubt.
And it's definitely the more Catholic of the book.
No question of that, I guess. So, but anyway, I just briefly, I was watching J.D. Vance here today, and I want to mention SPLC, but he was doing this news conference on the fraud in Wisconsin, and he was, during the talk, and he was talking about there was this incident where his son, when he came home.
Okay, I've got the clip. I can play it for folks if you want.
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead and play.
Yeah, let's hear it in the vice president's own voice here, because I thought that's where you're going. I'm like, oh, thank you for queuing me up, because I saw this and laughed and laughed this morning. Let's listen in at that. Anti-fraud event is probably laid out.
And some guy sends me a letter, the mayor of Milwaukee, and says, we don't do any election fraud, we don't do any election fraud, we don't do any election fraud. And my response to that is, you know what, it kind of reminds me of like a couple weeks ago, I get home to the Naval Observatory, the nicest public housing anywhere in the United States of America, and my 6-year-old greets me, and I love my little boy, but he's a little mischievous, and he gives me a big hug. He says, Daddy, I'm glad you're home. I didn't steal any of the cookies. I said, that's interesting that you volunteered that when I wasn't even talking about that. Well, of course, he stole the cookies. So when I hear a guy protesting out of nowhere, I did not do any election fraud, I did not do any election fraud, it makes me wonder, why is that guy protesting so aggressively? It's a little odd.
Amen, brother. No, that's a great.
I mean, the psychology is sick, bud. It's just dripping, with psychology there. Now, yeah, I didn't do any election. First thing, right off the gate. Well, I didn't ask you that question, but thank you for telling me. Now I know where to look. And what they're doing there is very clever. They're using all this fraud that's been going on in the state to just go in there and, I mean, rip them a new one in every department that you could think of. And that's the reason the guy came up. Well, I didn't do any election fraud. They're investigating everything in those states, which is a good thing because they definitely need to have some oversight, do they not?
Oh, just definitely. A bit. At least somebody to shake them up.
Something, but
anyway. At least somebody to say, I think Daddy's home.
Yeah, something. Anyway, hopefully they can get some results there. I think we're going to see, the DOJ. I think they've been keeping their powder dry on this election fraud stuff.
Yeah,
and I think they're going to open up with both barrels at just the right opportune time to really put some pressure on folks.
Now, on that front, did you check out the Spencer Pratt video he dropped today?
Oh, I have not.
No.
It's called I Didn't Get Cheated, You Did. Now, it's about 9 minutes, so what I could do is hit a break, and we come back and listen to this thing, because it's fantastic. This guy, but keep this in mind as you listen to this, folks. You know what might happen? Spencer Pratt will immediately go run for president, but he'll say, actually, I'm a Democrat. Now, watch. He's going to try to take over the Democratic Party at the national level.
He wears the flannel shirt. He can be trusted,
Yeah, say on social issues, I'm pro-choice. I'm all these things, and a lot of conservatives will get real mad at him, be like, "Yeah, boo!" But then he's going to have the same messaging, and he's very good at it.
Rolled up and wearing a flannel shirt, so he's obviously one of us. So go ahead.
Interesting.
Anyway,
interesting.
No, it's a hell of a video though. So I like the Spencer Pratt guy, but just down the road, I don't know what he's up to. We'll see.
Waiting. All right.
Well,
go ahead.
Well, no, I'm going to hit a break first because it's long.
Carry on.
I appreciate it, Papa B.
See you, Papa B.
This part of the program brought to you by Bo Goodson and the Goodson Group. And there at the Goodson Group, Bo and his team are ready to help you out with buying or selling property, land, a house here in the River Region real estate market. Bo's been working in this market for about half a century now. And that means he's got a lot of experience under his belt, knows what he's doing. And not only at the Goodson Group can they help you with buying and selling property, they have management services available should you want to rent out your home. Great.
Right.
great idea in this market. So check them out today. You can always learn more at thegoodsongroup.com or just give them a call direct at 551-0225. It's 551-0225. Bo Goodson and the Goodson Group.
He may not know whether he's coming or going, but whether you're going to work or coming home, Greg Budell is there. Mornings 6 till 9 and afternoons 3 till 6. Only on News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Dewan Walker has been an Alabama Power customer since 1999.
We're being squeezed on every side. We hear about Alabama Power freezing their rates. That's the best news we can get. Alabama Power rate freeze will provide real relief for Alabama working families. Alabama Power is protecting their customers by making data centers pay their full cost. It makes me feel at peace. Alabama Power is really stepping up and doing what's right for customers.
This is your roving reporter. Today I'm talking with a prospector. That's right, man. I'm prospecting for gold. You dig? No, but it looks like you do. And you know the first thing I'm going to do when I strike it rich? What's that? I'm going to hire David Ernest to be my money man. You mean everyone's favorite asset preservationist? That is correct, man. I'm going to call him up at 833-596-7233. 833-596-SAFE. You know, I've heard a lot of good things about David Ernest. You know, he's the best money man around with over 40 years of experience. Experience is necessary, especially when you're digging for gold. That's right, man. And I can see that you don't have very much experience. What do you mean, man? Well, you have the little plastic bucket and shovel like a kid would take to the beach. Yeah, man, well, I want to start out small and then kind of pace myself up until I strike it rich. Well, maybe you should call David Ernest first. You think he's got a shovel? Never know till you ask. I dig, man.
One of life's greatest mysteries has finally been solved.
Who let the dogs out?
It's Spruce, the weed and grass killer that's safe for use around people, pets, and bees when used as directed. Spray the leaves for visible results in just 1 hour and dead weeds in just 1 day. You spray, they play. Spruce, pet friendly, weed deadly. Find wherever weed killers are sold.
Are you tired of the mainstream media's biased reporting? Do you want to stay informed on the news that really matters to you? Look no further than 1819 News. At 1819 News, we bring you the latest in Alabama news, politics, sports, culture, and more. We've assembled a team of journalists with Alabama values dedicated to the truth and the truth alone. Visit us at 1819news.com today. That's 1819news.com. Subscribe to our newsletter. Honest News, Alabama Values.
I was in foot pain for 20 years, trying to give it relief, buying all these different insoles, drugstore insoles, custom insoles. I spent thousands of dollars. I bought all these products and not a single one worked. I really, truly needed to have relief in my feet. And the Good Feet arch supports were what gave me the relief I needed.
For over 20 years, we've been helping people like Teresa actually live the life they love without their feet getting in the way.
They wanted to make sure that I got something that my feet felt good in, not somebody else's feet. I love the fact that I can wear these arch supports in all my shoes. I have boots, I have cowboy boots, I have running shoes, I have walking shoes, I have flat shoes, I have heels. It makes me so happy. If you ask my husband, he will crack up because there is no store I would rather go in than a shoe store. I'm Teresa, and that's my Good Feet story.
See what we can do for you with a free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
We're located at 7341 East Chase Parkway in the shops at East Chase. Now hiring.
At Montgomery Men's Health, we saw a bunch of patients last month. Almost none came because of an ad. They came because something happened. A fight with a wife who finally said, "Get help." A breakup. A new relationship that made them aware of things they used to ignore. A photo a friend tagged them in. One guy said he just stared at himself in the mirror. And that was enough. If today's your day, call right now. 334-440-3663. I'm Dr. Smith, urologist and advisor to Montgomery Men's Health. Built on almost 15 years of treating men in Alabama, one patient at a time. Dedicated to ED, low T, and male performance. Here's what happens when you call. We book you this week. We'll get a lab in an hour. For ED, we walk you through your real options at the same visit. A plan before you leave. Don't let today turn into next year. Call now. 334-440-3663. That's 334-440-3663. 3663. MontgomeryMen'sHealth.com.
We get this question all the time.
Do you handle that?
Buying or selling a home?
Yes.
Commercial?
Yes.
Land or investments?
Absolutely. Hannah and Eddie Realty Group. One team.
Every real estate move. 334-322-0662.
This hour of news and views is brought to you by our good friends at Alabama Home Mortgage. Alabama Home Mortgage, 567-4223. Visit them on the web at myalabamahomemortgage.com. NMLS number 1586368, an equal housing lender.
Rich Thomas weather is brought to you by Wiley Sanders Truck Lines.
Truckers, listen up. A $2,500 sign-on bonus only at Wiley Sanders Truck Lines. Work for a company that puts God and family first. 855-777-9785. Wiley Sanders Truck Lines.
Well, hi, everybody. July heat and humidity rolls on with more sunshine today and a high temperature up to probably the middle 90s with triple-digit heat indices, lows at night in the mid-70s. And once again, the radar will be active with some spotty, random showers and storms here and there, most numerous in the afternoon and evening hours, and that will continue tomorrow and Saturday as well. Little day-to-day change until perhaps on Sunday when the storms become a little bit more numerous. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
When the heat hits to the river region, don't wait. If your AC quits, Hands Heating and Air offers same-day service, or your diagnostic charge is free with their Comfort a Day or You Don't Pay guarantee, plus 24/7 service with no overtime charges.
Trustworthy, accurate, immediate. Carrying your voice across the river region. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
I'm a better looking person than Kamala.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back. 272-9228 if you want to get on the conversation. Just a sec, we'll go to this Spencer Pratt video. I didn't get cheated, you did, is the name of it. Let's go to Eric, though, first. Hey, Eric, how you doing?
Good afternoon, Joey, my man. I love your show, my brother.
Thank you, sir.
Are we a little bit too premature to discuss the city council here in Montgomery?
No.
That's not premature. They did a thing, I guess, the other night where they delayed that big old $375 million bond issue.
Right.
Right. Yeah, well, I met a gentleman yesterday that is running for District 3. And I tell you one thing, as far as dilapidated housing, and, something in the council has got to be taken care of. You need somebody that, how long has this crap been going on with these houses? The landlord.
The blight and all that?
Yeah, that's 15, 20 years at least.
All right. And District BB for District 3, I'm telling you right now, he's a stand-up. And, I mean, it's getting down to where you can't discuss a candidate because, you can't do that. You can't do. Yes, you can, and you should do that.
Right.
So I'm gonna throw him under the bus. He's already running, but I'm gonna tell you, he's got my vote.
All right.
And this is BB, you said?
BB Simmons.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
BB
Good
Simmons.
fellow.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Eric. This part of the program brought to you by Pest Pro Services. And they're at Pest Pro, Ashley, and that great team, they can help you out with those pest control needs. Of course, you can get on their basic package if you just want to get to know them, and they'll do a great job with that.
They will.
It's a monthly subscription, so you can control your costs over the entire year.
Well,
It's not like surprise things.
Here's where they get you, though. They give you such good service. You go, okay, what else you guys can offer? Okay, what else you got? Yeah.
See, but that's a great way to be
thing.
got.
It is.
You're like, man, these folks are great.
And when they leave, it's like with me. They call me, let me know they're coming. Then they leave. They call me, let me know, leave me a message, anything they saw. I mean, it's great. Great service.
So you'd be like, those folks who do our pest control, do you think they can get that squirrel out of that attic?
Yeah, they can.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What
they
about
can.
that thing in the crawl space? I don't even know what it is.
That's okay. Just call Ashley. They'll get it.
Yeah, they have great wildlife control services.
Yes,
of course, they can do termite inspection, year-round protection against termites.
And you need that in Alabama.
And, of course, 'tis the season for mosquitoes. These
Man.
nasty, nasty
Went
things.
to my neighbor's house, Joey. I got 3 mosquito bites on me. It's driving me crazy.
I took a little too much time outside the church. I went and bought a crucifix.
Yeah?
Yeah, and just on the way, walking back to the car, red in the hand.
Yep.
I got a little welt. It's like,
Oh, it's so annoying.
Yeah, so if you don't want to deal with these things, especially in your own backyard.
No, you don't.
Pest Pro Services can take care of those skeeters. So check them out today. You can always learn more at ppsriverregion.com or search Pest Pro Services on the Book of Faces or just call them direct at 265-9990. That's 265-9990. And be sure to tell them that Joey and Eddie, those fellows on the radio, sent you. Now, here is Spencer Pratt.
Okay.
And again, this is called I Didn't Get Cheated, You Did. Let's listen in.
The mere appearance of potential fraud is disqualifying. Same goes here. Whether or not there is widespread fraud occurring, there certainly could be, and it doesn't matter how many times you scream, there's no widespread fraud. A lot of people believe there is, and there's no way to actually validate it. This isn't just about whether or not fraud is swinging the election. The appearance of fraud already is swinging the election. People rightly have zero faith in this janky, inefficient system. They feel like their vote isn't being counted. They feel like illegal ballots are being cast, and they're not wrong to worry about it. There's literally no safeguards in place to prevent that from happening, and way too many openings for it to occur on a massive scale. You all saw how I was neck and neck with Karen Basula on election night, nearly double digits ahead of Nithya, just as the polling predicted.
Rahman fighting tears on election night, trailing Spencer Pratt by roughly 40,000 votes and about 10 percentage points.
I dominated the in-person vote. I smashed Nithya on the mail-in ballots too. She was crying on election night. It was over. Then a few days later, suddenly Nithya started overperforming as they continued to accept ballots 7 days after the election.
But days of county mail-in ballots have changed the map.
I'm so grateful.
Rahman has now erased a 40,000 vote deficit and moved ahead of Pratt by roughly 3,000 votes, a net swing of more than 43,000 votes.
43,000 votes, which just happens to be the exact number of homeless people on the streets in LA. They assured everyone that this is normal because for some reason that they can't explain, Democrats overwhelmingly vote by mail.
There's a historical phenomenon in national voting called the Red Mirage.
The Red Mirage.
What we were calling a Red Mirage.
The Red Mirage.
Red Mirage.
Yeah.
This term was coined because about some swing states count votes, usually favoring Republicans early. Then it becomes an advantage for Democrats later in the evening and then into the next morning.
You expect to see the Republican with a lead, but it's not really a lead.
Democrats vote in higher numbers by a mail-in ballot. Historically, Democrats vote in higher numbers by mail-in ballots.
But not all Democrats, just the ones who were voting for the third place candidate, the one candidate who really needed the votes.
Yep.
Don't forget, there were 2 Democrats in the race, but for some reason, only the third place Democrat who needed the votes saw a disproportionate spike in votes several days after the election. Plus, multiple studies have shown that mail voting doesn't provide an advantage to either party. It's a myth. The media will say that claims of fraud here are without evidence. Keep in mind, an anomalous statistical spike like this is evidence of fraud. Ask any forensic accountant. It may not be necessarily proof of fraud, but it is certainly evidence of fraud. But forget the late ballots. Just because the vote swing coincidentally matched the specific LASA count of homeless people on the streets, just because NGOs that Nithya cuts checks to were hoarding ballots, just because hundreds of thousands of dead people and ex-presidents who've left California were still on the voter rolls, doesn't mean anyone is taking those loose ballots and filling them out. First off, it's against the law. And we all know if it's against the law, it doesn't happen. Secondly, we have signature verification. Everyone has to sign their ballot, and a computer checks your signature. Well, except some voters can't sign, so they carved out a rule where you can just make a mark on the ballot, and a witness can sign on your behalf. It can be an X or a scribble or even a happy face, as long as a witness signs off on it. And don't forget, once they separate the ballot from the envelope, there's zero way to trace it back to the ballot to check if a sudden tranche of votes that swung predominantly to one candidate had come from a bunch of ballots with the happy faces in the signature box. The DSA instructs their ballot harvesters to go door to door and tell them to vote for Nithya Rahman and even help them fill in the bubble for their preferred socialist candidates. This is explicitly illegal. A ballot harvester can't tell you how to vote, and they certainly can't help you fill out the ballot. The laws don't matter if you have no mechanism in place to prevent the crime from occurring in the first place. There is this misnomer being parroted even by staunch critics of California's rigged voting system, saying there's nothing you can do because this is all legal in California. It's not legal. Even by California's own ridiculous laws, all this stuff is still illegal. They've simply removed all the mechanisms to catch the fraud and prevent it from happening. It's like a bank heist, but California has made a law that you can't lock the bank vault. You're not allowed to have security cameras, and you can't count the money inside the vault. Robbing the bank is still 100% illegal, but there's no way to stop it from happening. Now here's the smoky backroom dealing. 5 days before my election, Gavin Newsom signed a ridiculous law that literally banned federal and independent authorities from investigating vote fraud or overseeing elections to monitor for fraud during the counting process.
That's why I'm moving forward with new legislation that would make it a felony to seize ballots before the vote has been certified by state and county officials. We will be the wall he cannot get past.
That's like banning the bank from having security cameras. Now, the timing of this was deliberate. He knows this won't hold up in court, but he did it so close to the election day, he knew the courts wouldn't be able to overturn it in time for the election. It's truly like going up against the casino. The deck is so stacked against you, you never really stand a chance. You can play if you choose, but the house will never lose. So now, in California, you can loot $950 of merchandise. You can knowingly infect someone with HIV, but if you try to prevent vote fraud,
You will be prosecuted.
how can you secure the money if you can't lock the vault? How can you catch the robbers if you're not allowed to monitor the vault? And how can you even identify if the vault were even robbed in the first place if you can't even count the money? This is what California has done with the elections. Unsolicited ballots going into open mailboxes and NGOs and parking lots. Bank vault is wide open. No signature required, no ID required, no way to ID the robbers. And the beauty of their rigged system is they can have all the pageantry of this public ballot counting center. Hey, come on down. It's open to the public. Anyone can come watch so you can see just how kosher our system is.
By the way, sick beats.
Yeah, I know.
I'm sitting there just bobbing it. Like
Very much so.
We are inside LA County's massive ballot processing center when Assistant United States Attorney arrived on scene to observe the process and ask questions.
All the fraud that does occur happens long before the ballots even hit this building. People have been pushing me to demand a recount. Why? You could recount these anonymous ballots 100 times. You'll get the same exact result. I have no doubt that they are doing a flawless job of accurately counting every single ballot in here with robotic precision. The fraud isn't here. It's here on Skid Row, where homeless people are paid a couple bucks for their ballots.
They give you $2 to vote? Yeah, we give you street. Would they come down here and try and tell you to vote?
Yes.
They told you who to vote for? Since I'm voting your way, can I get a plate? You know what I mean?
It's here where socialist street animals go door to door and violate the ballot harvesting laws. People bring up the old communist adage often attributed to Stalin saying, it's not who votes that counts, it's who counts the votes. No, this is the modern era of fraud. They've gotten wise. The modern communist agrees with the old communist, but just the first part. It doesn't matter who votes. It doesn't matter if it's a drug zombie being paid for their ballot. It doesn't matter if it's a DSA socialist street animal filling out your ballot. It doesn't matter if it's a blue-haired intern at a Nithya Raman-funded NGO filling out the ballots. The bank vault is wide open. The cameras have been removed, and there's no way to count the money. Now, for those of you who wanted me to fight the election, for those of you who thought I was quitting, or I was bought off to step aside and quietly disappear, I'll remind you, there's a smart way to handle these things and a dumb way. Evidence is not proof. I don't say things without proof. Now, anyone saying that there's no evidence of fraud is lying. There's tons of evidence, and I was the one who got it. All those videos that you saw of homeless people admitting that they were paid for their vote, where do you think they came from? Immediately after the big spike of votes came in for Nithya, I sent my team down to Skid Row to collect evidence. We were warned by some very well-connected people that this was happening, so we acted on it immediately. But if you want to end this fraud, doing protests and bitching about stolen elections won't get you anything. You need the fraudsters to start catching charges. For that to happen, you need proof. That's what investigators do. They turn evidence into proof with a robust investigation. You think it's a coincidence that 20 FBI agents suddenly descended on Skid Row to investigate vote fraud? Why do you think they were there? You don't get evidence by going to rallies or storming the ballot processing center. You get evidence by doing real work. And the first rule of criminal investigation is you do not talk about it. Here's the reality. It's too late for my campaign. A lot of people refuse to accept that, but I can. I told you all to get your ass out and vote. Tell your friends to vote. Vote enough to beat the cheat. We didn't beat it, but that doesn't mean I quit. I don't know how to quit.
He never knew when to quit.
My goal isn't to try and salvage the campaign, just like my advocacy in the wake of the Palisades fire wasn't about my own home. It's too late for me. This is about you. This is about the next one. It's about exposing this corrupt, rigged system and changing it for the next election. If I have to be the kamikaze pilot to finally get this fixed, so be it. There's a right way and a wrong way to do this. The right way isn't easy, but it ends with commie animals and handcuffs. I will restore faith in our elections if it's the last thing I do. And to all you fraudsters out there, we've been watching you, and justice is coming.
Seeing it's like a post office box as somebody's rummaging through. Opening up the box. Oh, and it's a bunch of ballots. And it ends with the words, "War," with Teddy Roosevelt laughing. Fascinating times we live in. But I'm sure that's only there in Los Angeles, right, Eddie?
Joey, I hate to disagree with you on that, but I don't believe that's the case. You know, Atlanta's got a pretty good homeless population, too.
Really?
Yeah. Montgomery's growing. We're growing one.
It's fascinating.
Yep.
I wonder what Spencer Pratt's up to. Beyond the obvious. What is his play long term? Because he's too good at this. And I'm not saying I'm necessarily against it. I'm just wondering, what's this guy going to do? Because I think this sort of production is not being done just for Los Angeles.
No, but I'm glad he didn't quit.
Yeah. Oh, likewise.
Yeah.
Anyway, because he continues to go after that. Did you see his 4th of July video?
Yeah.
Where he's like, F the commies, and raise 2 middle fingers in the air and say F the commies.
Double tall man.
And
I thought it was very patriotic, Joey.
But you think, well, clearly he's a right winger.
Not really.
But no, if you're trying to take over the Democratic Party and you're still like, hey, I'm pretty liberal on a lot of stuff. Like, I want to win Joe Rogan back over. Could work. But when you're up against systems like this, especially in Democrat blue strongholds, it's quite a thing.
Isn't it ironic, though, the homeless number and the amount of votes?
Yeah, that's interesting. And they all went to the 3rd place Democrat.
Yeah.
Right.
With the one that had really no chance of winning, to the point she was crying and literally knew she was out of the race.
This part of the program, in fact, the entire hour, brought to you by Alabama Home Mortgage. And there at Alabama Home Mortgage, they can help you out whether you're looking to buy or refinance your current home. And seriously, if you're looking for money, that could be hiding in plain sight, and it's not in your savings account, not in the stock market. It's right under your roof. Homeowners are sitting on record levels of home equity. And this can allow you to get debt off your back. This could allow you to shore up a retirement fund. This could allow you to go on that dream vacation you always wanted to go on. Why not?
Why not?
We just got passports. Let's go.
Yep.
Or could be you want to invest in your kids' future in a certain way. Maybe they're getting set up in a new city. You want to help out somewhere.
What's your equity? You can do what you want.
You can do what you want. They'll help you meet those goals there at Alabama Home Mortgage. And especially if you're a veteran, they can do 100% cash out refinances for veterans. Really cool stuff. But again, whether you're looking to purchase, especially first-time home buyers, or refinance, Alabama Home Mortgage can help you out. Go with a great local company that's, earned their reputation. It's a very beautiful reputation, good reputation.
Great reputation.
And they get the job done quick. Turnaround times are pretty incredible. So check them out today. That number is 567-4223. That's 567-4223. Or you can always visit them on the web at myalabamahomemortgage.com. There is a difference in mortgage companies like Kim and Madeline. Prove that to you today. NMLS number 1586368, an equal housing lender.
Want to carry News Talk in your pocket? Download the News Talk 93.1 app from the App Store. Available on iPhone and Android. Never miss a moment. Download now.
Hi, I'm Carl Schmidt, naturopath and owner of the Herb Shop Wellness Center at 8161 Vaughan Road. You know, with over 30 years experience in natural wellness, I've seen countless health fads come and go. A few years ago, we added a patented technology that actually activates your stem cells. It reverses the aging process at the cellular level. However, you do need proper hydration and targeted nutrition. At the Herb Shop, our advanced scanning and testing technology allows us to accurately assess your nutritional needs and get a customized plan for you. Come in today and see what the Herb Shop can do for you.
This hour of news and views is brought to you by our good friends at Alabama Home Mortgage. Alabama Home Mortgage, 567-4223. Visit them on the web at myalabamahomemortgage.com. NMLS number 1586368, an equal housing lender.
All Headlines the mainstream media won't touch. Your News Talk station. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back. You just mentioned it off air. Bonnie Tyler passed away.
I did. I remember Bonnie Tyler, Total Eclipse of the Heart. I remember that MTV genre.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the 80s hair that she had. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a.
But something that caught me by surprise was you had said she's 75. Suddenly, 75 is young to me.
Suddenly.
Yeah.
Is it because you're getting closer to that?
I
age?
guess so. I guess so.
No, and also people are just living longer, and if you take care of yourself, 75 should be kind of young. Some of the best days of your life, if you take care of yourself.
I'm out. You should have told me that in my 20s.
Why don't you keep making that sharding sound?
Letting you know, it's pretty much what happens.
Let's go to line one. You're on there. Who's this?
Hey, good morning. This is Nordic Sun.
No, good afternoon, Nordic Sun.
How you doing?
Well, it was morning at 4:30. I've been busy. So, hey, anyhow, I heard a little bit earlier when I was in the car. Do we have our first Asian on Asian shooting in Montgomery on Sunday?
No,
I don't believe it was Asians that did the shooting.
That was a little bit of humor there, Joey.
Well, I don't think it was the Koreans shooting each other.
No Koreans.
Okay, no Korean on Korean crime.
No.
That's good to know. Good to know. So, what's going on today?
Just cruising through the day. I mean, I'm having a good day. So you having a good day, Eddie?
Pretty good, man.
Yeah.
Had some great breakfast.
And I was about to cover this whole deadly fungal storms that are threatening 11 states.
Yes, I'm curious about the fungal.
A fungi storm?
Yeah. So
Isn't that weird?
big fungus storm.
You mean spores of mushrooms?
Yeah,
That's what
stuff
I'm
like
guessing,
that. Yeah.
It might not be good. They come around here. Yeah. They might be, there's certain kind of mushrooms. I don't want to see a tsunami coming up the slough.
Seems like, I don't know, man. I don't know you, but it sounds like you've seen that once.
You might have happened before, yeah.
No, just in dreams.
Just in dreams.
You got to prepare for anything in this world, brother.
You're right about that.
I'm just saying, when you're having one of those dreams, don't stare at yourself in the mirror. It's a bad time.
Oh, bad dream.
Oh, you got that right. You guys take care.
You too. Thank you, Nordic Sun.
But yeah, giant storms filled with potentially deadly, is it deadly or not? Potentially deadly fungal spores are set to sweep across at least 11 states this summer, with the worst conditions still weeks away.
I have a lot of questions about this. Like, what's a fungal storm? We ever had one of these before? How did it develop?
Meteorologists and health experts have warned that dust storms in the southwest, so it's not going to be us, not the southeast, southwest, stir up dangerous fungal spores from the soil through September, potentially exposing millions to quote-unquote valley fever. This common illness is a lung infection caused by breathing in microscopic fungus particles that live in dry soil, frequently blown around by strong desert winds. Yeah, so you're literally breathing in spores.
Yeah. Doesn't sound like the fun kind.
The spores turn into growing fungal cells that the immune system typically fights off, causing mild flu-like symptoms such as fever, cough, and headaches in most patients. But severe infections can spread to the organs and bones, become fatal.
Don't sound like a fun way to go.
Illnesses could soon skyrocket as the Southwest included California, Nevada, Arizona, Utah, Colorado, and New Mexico and Texas.
Let me ask you, is there a vaccine for this?
I don't think
Are we getting ready to push for a vaccine?
I don't know about that.
Okay.
There's probably a mask for it, though.
Is a sports mask?
But this is apparently that we're heading into the North American monsoon season.
I didn't realize we had one.
Known for major thunderstorms and strong winds throughout the region. These winds kick up huge walls of dust, also known as haboobs. Haboobs. Haboobs.
That'd be haboobs.
Man, when the wind kicks up a haboob or two, you know things are getting hairy.
Yeah. Kind of enjoy that windstorm.
From the dry ground, right when the soil is at its driest. Winds kicking up huge walls of dust from dry ground right when the soil is at its driest is the definition of a haboob.
Okay.
The combination of extreme heat and drought plus monsoon winds creates more frequent and intense dust storms carrying spores. Yeah, I've never had to deal with dust storms. I guess it's just a regional thing, like a desert thing.
Yeah.
But forecasters have already issued air quality alerts this week as massive domes of high pressure trap smoke, haze, and dust closer to the ground for people to breathe in. Yeah, but have you ever experienced anything like that? It's like seeing a huge
blowing up. We had the whole ash storms a couple times.
Oh, really? Where?
Alaska.
In Alaska?
Happened quite often.
Was it scary?
No. One time we had this happened on a Wednesday because we're such heretics. We decided to call it Ash Wednesday Party, and we partied till Friday. Because the town was closed down, literally closed down because the ash was falling.
It's a little sacrilegious.
I told you.
It's okay.
I wasn't good then, Joey.
Then?
I'm better now. We took in a lot of people that night. A lot of people didn't have nowhere to go. They were walking around.
Okay. Yeah. You're a good neighbor. You're loving others just as you love God.
Yes.
In that moment.
Exactly what I was protecting them. After 2 days, we told them to get the hell out.
And on that note, where we both need to ask for mercy, we'll be right back. Final hour coming up.
Broadcasting from the Riverside Chevrolet Master Control Center, this is WACV Cusada, News Talk 93.1 FM. When it's Chevy, it's Riverside.
With SRN News, I'm Bob Agnew in Washington. The U.S. has launched new airstrikes against Iran. Tehran responded by targeting Gulf countries once again. The exchange of fire threatening an interim deal intended to help end the war. The sirens sounded at least 3 times in Bahrain. Missiles also targeting Kuwait and Qatar. Ukrainian drones hit more Russian oil facilities and set 2 oil tankers on fire in the Sea of Azov. That came a day after President Trump pledged to grant Ukraine a license to manufacture the Patriot air defense systems. Ukraine's strikes on oil refineries and other infrastructure across Russia have triggered a fuel crisis in that country with gasoline shortages and fuel rationing in several parts of the country. Despite the concern about rising oil prices because of the ongoing tensions, actually, oil prices are down today, about $2 a barrel right now. And on Wall Street, that means higher prices. The Dow is up 135 points. This is SRN News.
Hey, I'm Kirk Cameron. Is health insurance eating up your budget for 2026? If you're looking for ways to better steward your finances, consider this. Christian Healthcare Ministries. It's a health insurance alternative at half the cost. Join CHM today by visiting chministries.org/wellness. While insurance companies tell you when to join, what to pay, and where to go, CHM is different. As a ministry, CHM allows you to share the burden of medical bills with other Christians. You can enroll, switch programs, or leave at any time. Christian Healthcare Ministries. It's a world of difference. CHM has 4 flexible programs. You can pick any certified doctor, surgeon, or hospital that you want for eligible care. So make the switch. Take your paycheck back from health insurance this year. Join CHM today by visiting chministries.org/wellness. That's chministries.org/wellness.
The Rich Thomas Weather Network, brought to you by Montgomery Paint and Body. From little fender benders to total body repair, MPB will fix it good as new, maybe better. For 4 decades, the Turner family has been getting you back on the road. Call 279-7325.
Rich Thomas Weather.
Well, hi, everybody. July heat and humidity rolls on with more sunshine today and a high temperature up to probably the middle 90s with triple-digit heat indices, lows at night in the mid-70s. And once again, the radar will be active with some spotty, random showers and storms here and there, most numerous in the afternoon and evening hours, and that will continue tomorrow and Saturday as well. Little day-to-day change until perhaps on Sunday when the storms become a little bit more numerous. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
Big dreams for your home on a tight budget? AFE's $26.26 as you covered. Unlock your home's equity with just $26 in closing costs. No fees, no headaches. Visit your local ASE branch today. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Lender. NMLS number 420259.
1819 News.
The Elmore County Republican Party is looking to fill a vacancy within the county coroner race that will be coming up in the November general elections. That's because the Republican candidate has now been removed from that race following charges of theft at the Red Hill Volunteer Fire Department. Douglas Neighbors Jr. was serving as the treasurer at that department and is accused of stealing more than $250,000. Neighbors dropped out of the coroner's race upon those charges. There is no Democrat candidate running to be the next county coroner. The county Republicans will ultimately have to nominate someone to run in that race, which will be challenging since all across the state of Alabama, coroners receive very little pay for their work, definitely not a full-time salary. They're always on call, and often they must travel to various cases at their own personal expense. I'll be back with more Alabama stories after this.
Are you enjoying 1819 News? If so, consider joining 1819 News as a member. As a nonprofit news organization, we depend on the support of Alabamians like you. Memberships start out as little as $5 a month, and you'll get access to exclusive content only offered to our members. You'll be supporting independent journalism done by people who cherish Alabama values. Become a member today by visiting 1819news.com and clicking Become a Member. That's 1819news.com and click Become a Member today.
A Colbert County man has been federally indicted for sex crimes against a child. A federal grand jury indicted 19-year-old Landon Williams with 13 counts of sexual exploitation of a child, enticing a minor, and possession of child pornography. Williams is already facing a total of 38 charges coming from the state. He's currently being held without bond. The funeral for former Mobile County Sheriff Sam Cochran has been set for this Thursday. Cochran served in law enforcement for almost 50 years in the Mobile area. I'm Andrea Tice.
For more news affecting Alabamians, go to 1819news.com. And while you're there, subscribe to the daily newsletter.
This hour of News and Views is brought to you by our good friends at Cole Plumbing, 279-8919. Cole Plumbing is number one in the number two business. You don't have to dig a hole. They have proprietary pipelining technology. Ask them about their tankless water heaters. Remember, when you have trouble with your bowl, call on Cole.
Hi, this is Bo Goodson with the Goodson Group with your Real Estate Minute. Here are several ways to attract more buyers to your home. First, price it right to sell, not to sit. An accurate market analysis will tell you what price it should be. Next, prepare the home to show and sell by deep cleaning by a professional cleaner, including carpet. Declutter all rooms, including closets. Evaluate flooring, replace if needed. Paint inside and out where needed, and make the kitchen and bath sparkle. How about the exterior? Are the colors faded on the shutters or fascia? Power washing them in all sidewalks and driveways and patios prior to listing the house. Remember, your price and curb appeal will create a showing appointment. Your condition of the house will make them stay and look longer and buy quicker. For all the steps you need to take to get your house ready for sale, call Bo Goodson at the Goodson Group, 334-221-2883 or 334-551-0225.
The views and opinions of the following program are solely those of the host and other contributors. These do not necessarily represent those of Liberty Acquisitions 825, Blue Water Broadcasting, its management, staff, or any advertisers. It's time for Montgomery's conversational radio show. It's News and Views on News Talk 93.1 FM. To join the conversation, call 272-9228.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back. I'm your host, Joey Clark. Eddie Bader in the house.
Yeah.
And let's jump into this, because I don't feel like jumping into the Charlie Kirk thing. I've got some stuff we could read from yesterday, but they're covering it live right now. And it's details like Tyler Robinson, as he was watching his supposed lover, which is just great, testify, like he was fiddling his pen. He was clearly nervous. He was watching it intently. It's these sorts of every moment details that folks are putting out there. And again, this isn't even the full trial. This is just a pre-trial hearing, because I believe they arrested him on information instead of a grand jury indictment. So you have to go through the essentially probable cause. Do we actually have enough information to go to a full trial in this? I believe there is. A lot of surveillance footage was released yesterday that had never been seen by the public, and a few other things. Yeah. But, of course, the conspiracists folks are doubling down on their conspiracies. And it's
they're going to continue to do so.
It's kind of the nature of unfalsifiable.
It really bothers me.
In a lot of ways.
I hate it, but it kind of going to make me just turn my back on the whole thing until it's over.
Yeah, we'll see. And, of course, that Graham Plattner guy dropped out of his campaign. But, I mean, that we haven't covered that in detail because I'm kind of like, it's Maine.
How? Well, not only that, but how much lying can you do before it finally catches up with you? And then you're going to pull out. He should have pulled out a long time ago. But most of this, like that one was a $6,000 worth of background check found most of this information. I thought, and you correct me if I'm wrong, but if we're going into the political world together, we do some counter-op research on each other to make sure that...
Remember we played that clip of the guy with the vocal fry and the stoned Asian woman or whatever, like who helped recruit him and stuff? And they're like, it's not really that big of a deal in this day and age. I mean, look at Trump. Look at that guy on Epstein Island, Howard Lutnick, and he hasn't quit. So he's got a Nazi SS death squad tattoo. Who cares? He's violent against women, verbally and physically, and sexually.
But
in every way, he's violent.
You know they had to know this.
Yeah. Well, but also, this is a terrible reality, but I think it is true.
Okay.
They like having people that are a bit compromised.
You bet.
Now, not so compromised that they got to quit a race.
Right, but compromised enough I can put you in my pocket.
Yes.
Yep.
Somebody who's squeaky clean, somebody who's squeaky clean, especially somebody who's squeaky clean, really is stand-up in their behavior, their moral behavior, their life, and they have money.
Yeah. Can't touch them.
That's when the biggest accusations fly.
Yep.
But a lot of these folks, when you act like, wow, they're clean. And like, no, they're just, somebody's got something on them.
Well, that's what also
because that's major currency in that world is information.
People think that the politicians we have, even the ones we like and the ones we dislike, they think that they're generally good people. I got to be honest with you. They're not. Bit of egomaniac. Some of them are, I'll be honest, very psychotic.
Well, it's hard to, because some of it is internal because they do a lot of good things. And they're very charming and all this other stuff. But then there are certain decisions that have to be made behind the scenes. I'm not talking about the big public ones.
No, how the sausages are made.
That probably aren't the cleanest. And I don't know. I worry that anybody, as much as I might like a particular person, playing at the highest levels of politics, how do you not walk away from that with some sort of dark-spirited scar?
To me, you are.
Like you constantly are flirting with some of the worst impulses in human beings.
Just like people that have to study hard cases, pornography, child porn, that kind of stuff. They walk away scarred. You can't tell me it does not affect you.
Well, but in particular, I mean, like having to watch depravity and try to stop it.
Yeah.
Like be a soldier against, a sentry against that sort of depravity is one thing. But when you are playing a game where you're trying to vie for power, and only praying more and going back to church has only made me believe this even more, that power does corrupt. It corrupts in an immense way.
Yep.
That doesn't mean that every little aspect, every powerful institution, every powerful person we should just throw them all overboard and burn it all down.
No.
Because that's also a very, very corrupt impulse. In fact, that's a lust for power yourself. You're rebelling against the powerful, but you kind of want the power yourself. That's been the common revolutionary creed for a while. And the Marxists and the socialists and the commies are still doing it to this day.
Oh, yeah.
I'm all talking about the power disparities in the hierarchy and The marginalized groups and all this stuff, and it's like, you sound like you want to be on top.
The most guilty.
That's what you sound like. You want to be on top.
Gavin Newsom.
You know, if you really believe what you say, you should bear your cross. I'm not joking. No, I want to be
right.
Mm-hmm. But it's just you got to wonder, like, how many folks go through that game and don't get just torn down in some way. I worry about it.
I think you do.
Worry about it.
I worry about the ones that don't. Because I think you do. If you're human, that stuff's got to catch
Well,
up
and
with you after a while.
for the ones that maybe you're trying to do the right thing, one of my favorite prayers for myself, but for especially think of people that have a lot of responsibility in this world, because I don't have that much responsibility.
You got a big responsibility. You just don't know it.
Fair enough. But I don't like to think of that way, Eddie Vedder.
I know.
But no, somebody who's a senator, somebody who's a governor, somebody who's a president, somebody who maybe it's not politics, but like you're running a major corporation, like you have a lot of lives explicitly counting on you.
Yep.
You have a lot of responsibilities, literal responsibilities. Not to mention, filial and familial responsibilities. Like kids and other older family members, a lot of different folks counting on you. But especially those folks, think of in high office, playing the top-notch political games. One of my favorite prayers for myself, for anybody, but especially for those folks in power, is this idea of, it's in Hebrews 4:12, where it talks about the word of God is sharper than any double-edged sword, dividing to, piercing to the very heart of soul and spirit, joints and marrow, and discerning all the thoughts and intentions of the heart. Now, I've love that line and have put it to heart, and there's a lot of different translations of it, but the what I just gave you is the long and short of it.
Mm-hmm.
Because I love, number one, the idea of the Word of God is living and active. And so there are things, it's not just words on a page.
Right.
It is something that can truly lead you, and will lead you in ways, as we talked about yesterday, if you actually listen. But, when you memorize a line, sometimes you think through, and I remember when I first memorized it, I'm like, isn't soul and spirit kind of the same thing?
Mm.
And no, I don't think it is. I think there are a lot of different spirits of the age. There's a sort of spirit of like when you do a job, like on the radio, or when you're a senator or a governor or whatever. Like there's a certain spirit of your day and the folks you're around. It's a little more external, whereas the soul, or what often is referred to in Scripture, as the heart,
right,
and not your literal,
beating
pump
heart.
and beating heart, but like your heart of hearts, the very interior of your being. This favorite prayer of mine is that even though my spirit might be troubled with all the day's worries and anxieties and responsibilities, distractions, and go down the list, pain, sufferings, maybe even distracted by the good things, too much of a good thing.
Happens, yeah.
Even though my spirit is troubled, preoccupied with all these things, let my soul, the interior of my being, overflow with living water and find true peace. And know that there is something truly everlasting and foundational that nobody can touch, not even me. And I that's a personal prayer of mine, and one I say for family members, one I say for friends. But I especially of late have thought about people in power, that they're probably the ones that need to hear that the most.
Oh, sure.
Because they really are trying to put their best foot forward and do well. I can't imagine the amount of, say, troubles preoccupying their spirits, even when it's a good day.
Yeah.
And you got to wonder, how much time do they have to go into that interior and be at true peace? You do have to wonder. 272-9228. It's 334-272-9228. I told you, and I didn't expect to do this hour, but why not? I've been reading St. Augustine, his Confessions.
Right.
And I think this is book 4, chapter 11. He starts off saying, "Do not be a fool, my soul, do not go deaf in the heart from all the riots of your folly. You too must give ear. The Word himself calls you to return. With him is the place of quiet that cannot be disturbed. where your love is never forsaken unless you forsake love. Behold, these things pass away, that others may succeed them. So like a friend dies or a family member dies or the song ends. You got to move on and do the next thing after you finish singing the song. But things pass away, the others may succeed them, so that this lowest universe may stand stable in all its parts. Lowest meaning most fundamental. But do I depart to some place, says the word of God? Set there the foundation of your house. Mentioned yesterday about who do you put in charge of your house? Entrust to it, my soul, weary with disappointments, whatever you have from there. Entrust to truth whatever you have of truth, and you shall lose nothing. What in you has begun to rot? Anything inside start to rot?
Oh, yeah.
What in you has begun to rot will flower again. What in you that has languished will be made whole. What in you has trickled away will be given form again, will be made new, and will be bound again to you. They shall not pull you down to where they are falling, but they shall stand with you. They shall abide forever before the ever-standing and ever-abiding God. Why, then, my wayward soul, should you follow your flesh? Turn round and let it follow you. Whatever you understand by its means exist only in part, and you do not know the whole whereof they are but parts, and still they delight you. For even if your fleshly sense were fit to comprehend the world rather than for your punishment, being confined to only a part of the universe, still you would wish, well, he goes on. It was just a screenshot I took of a particular page. The thing I first read, where it's a place of quiet, it's the true foundation, and where all these things come and go and pass and fade in life. And of course, I was thinking about my mother yesterday. If you give it up to God, what you find is all those things will be made new. What is rotting in you will flower again. And it really stuck with me.
Oh, yeah.
In particular, again, I think of the folks that are really running the rat race, really playing the political game. And I hope, even if they're reading their Bibles every day, that they get something like that. Now, I have a sense after reading J.D. Vance's book, he probably has read the exact passage before. But then, you know, it's going to test you.
Well, of course.
Going to test you. I can't even.
Nothing good comes easy, right?
Can you imagine having a child on the way, too, while you're in the middle of doing this? Because Usha's preggers.
You're talking to a guy who had a child on the way at 17, Joey. So, yeah.
No, it's probably actually a pretty good setup to have a kid.
At that,
how taken care of they are for the most part.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Now the stresses of it all, and can I be the best parent I can be now? And I'm kind of the stepdaddy to the U.S. right now. I don't know if I got time for a new kid. And then if he's going to be president, Usha's got a lot of work to do.
I don't know. And by the way, Usha does that podcast that's for kids. The interview, did you see with her interviewing Trump?
No, I did not.
It's amazing.
Is it?
Where it's like Trump explaining to kids U.S. history and presidents.
Oh, boy.
And he's like, Howard Taft was a big man. I got to be careful here what I'm saying, Usha. He was a big man, real big man.
Were there kids present?
No, they took over the Oval Office and had all these kid books stacked up. And he's like, so what do you like to? I like to read a lot about the presidents. I know a lot about the presidents and stuff. But I could find that. We could go through it a little bit. Actually, yeah, let's try to do that real quick.
That's something that has cracked me up about Trump, and we laugh about it all the time. His ability to be above and beyond, just out of it, and laugh at it. You can't help. He doesn't take himself too seriously. Whereas some of the other guys we had in there,
Yeah, I mean, some of these fellas. Well, this isn't the whole thing, but this is just a little bit of that. Where it's a sit down with Usha. 1 second here. Let's add it to the stream here. So you can see he's like reading these little books and all this stuff.
John F. Kennedy sailing, good-looking guy. Barack Hussein Obama as a basketball player. I don't know if he's a good basketball player. I tend to doubt it.
President Donald Trump was invited to read a children's book called President's Play on Second Lady Usha Vance's podcast. The episode quickly turned into a review of past presidents and himself.
Today's special reader is none other than President Donald Trump. Do you have any time to read for fun these days?
So I end up reading mostly newspapers. I usually read stories about myself.
As he flipped through the pages, Trump gave his own commentary on his predecessor's looks, hobbies, and presidencies.
President William Taft, he was our heaviest president, and I have to be careful because I don't want to supersede his record.
Daddy.
The outdoor pool was built for President Gerald Ford. I don't know if I look good in a bathing suit. I haven't had a bathing suit in a long time. And here's John Quincy Adams. He swam in what was called the Tiber, T-I-B-E-R, Creek, which I don't know if it exists anymore. In fact, I think we're building a beautiful ballroom on top of it based on this picture. President Herbert Hoover made up a game called Hoover Ball, and that worked out better for him than the economy.
This was Trump's message for children ahead of the 4th of July.
So we have a great country. We have a country that is on a little bit of a ledge right now. It can go one way or another. You understand that. But we're going to make it go the other.
I would love to have him explaining things like he's always explaining
That's
things to
hysterical.
children. Yeah, it's pretty funny. And it's like 13 minutes long. The whole thing's pretty great.
Man. I got to go back and watch that. That's going to be good. I was taken aback with Usha. She looks like somebody we know.
Yeah.
April Marie.
Yeah, she did.
I mean, it really caught me that time. That really caught me.
Yeah. And when you read, by the way, J.D. Vance's book,
yeah,
like he goes through, like, you know, he's in his 20s and he's giving his buddy a hard time because his buddy just broke up with this chick he was so in love with. And he's just, you know, you've met those, the broken-hearted.
Oh,
like,
yeah, there's nothing you can do.
And JD's like, get over it, man.
Yep.
Like, and he said to that fella, like, you know, I got this girlfriend, Mary, and I think if she broke up with me, I wouldn't even care. Like, we'll hit the town, and I'll be your wingman when you get back here to Ohio. And he's like, yeah, I've had girlfriends and stuff, but I never felt like you're just crazy, man. And then it goes to the next chapter when he meets Usha.
Yeah.
And he's just like, I love the way she smells. I love the way she smiles. I love how smart she is. And she's just so wise beyond her years. And she knows everything, like all this. And his buddy, as he's telling us, he goes, you know how you said you never were going
to. That's it. Just like divorce guys. Yeah. I'll never get married again. They're the first one. Yeah. The first one.
No, it's actually made me.
That's funny.
You get some of that, the way, beauty in the eye of the beholder thing, we get to see through J.D. Vance's eye for a moment at who that woman is, and you're like, oh, wow, and he clearly held back, too. There's something, he essentially says it's amazing that it lasted, because at that point, he was an overgrown child.
Yeah, that's what I figured she had to train him.
With all this past trauma, and, like, was essentially, like, using her to trauma dump and to, like, run to for every little problem. It's like, well, do you want a wife, or do you want, like, a new mom, man?
Look, dude, let me tell you, Joey, something that women want. You know how guys like to buy an old car and fix it up? Women like that in a man. They love a project.
So be a Mustang?
Be an old rusty Mustang. And just, but she's going to train you. So you got to get with the training. Women love fixing up men.
Well, my engine was meant to be tuned.
There you go. I'm just telling you, make yourself a bit of a project. Women love a project. This is true. Oh, it's so true.
Have I not done that any better?
I don't think you've put it out there hard enough. I've watched many of my sisters marry project men. The only problem is, don't ever be completely fixed. Because just like the guy that fixes that car up and ends up selling it, if the woman completely fixes you, you're on the market again.
Well, and then there's the other thing where it's fixed so well.
Yeah.
Like it is a 1964 original parts, except for a few little upgrades there.
Yep.
And now that car is going like double, triple the price.
Yep.
And there's a lot of folks that want to buy. And that car wants to be bought. That car wants to be driven.
Joe, making me blush.
No, it's a real thing. When the guys have what's the term these days? Glow up.
Yeah.
When the dude all of a sudden in his 40s starts just blooming, like it's great shape, making all sorts of money. And when she found him, he was a little puppy on the side of the road.
They try to say to bring him down, oh, he's having a midlife crisis. No, he's not. He's having a glow up.
Yeah.
So, Joey, are you getting ready for your glow up? I can't wait.
I mean, getting ready. It's happening, baby.
I kind of feel like it is. I kind of feel like it is.
Testosterone's higher.
Testosterone's higher, a little bit darker than you were, a week ago.
Yeah, that's true.
Get you
I'm
some
still
more
pretty
vitamin
white,
D out
though.
there.
I'm still very white.
Oh, yeah. Like the white comment.
By the
on
way, and
Jets.
I don't know if I should say this on air, but it did make me laugh really hard. I get all these friend requests, and I think I have this one friend request, a guy who knows Alan Mendenhall. So I accepted it. But let's just say he's like, what's the guy they made fun of on Wild and Out all the time? Michael Blackstone?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Let's just say he was like dark.
Yeah.
Like very dark skinned gentleman. And one of the first people to like my very almost albino looking white skin on that jet ski was that guy. And everybody else was putting a like or a heart or a laugh. He put a wow face.
Because you were shimmering a little bit.
No, it's because we're like opposites. Like perfect opposites.
The yin and yang?
Yeah. I was like, I need to go hang out with that guy. No, it just cracked me up.
That does crack me up.
Let's go to line
All
one
right.
here on there. Who's this?
Well,
Hey, Paul.
I was just thinking, fellers.
Yes, sir.
I'm sorry I didn't say who I was, did I? You just pushed the button and said, let's go to the call.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
knew
well,
it
and I
was.
know who it is.
I got you. My name must have popped up. But y'all know how y'all get me when I'm able to listen in this time of day.
Yep.
Fixing up the car.
Hmm.
You know what's always been my dream car, to be able to have the funds to fix up? A
Yeah.
1969 Cobra Shelby GT Mustang.
Nice.
I was just looking at some videos, ever how far back it was. A guy was working on a 67, just Shelby. Not even the Cobra, not even the GT, just a Shelby. The original steering wheel to go in that 67, when he found one, was worth $5,000 alone.
Oof.
I'm like, I need to hit the lottery first. But yeah, like you said, Joey, the woman that fixes you up to get you where you, that was you, Eddie. Gets you where she wants you to be, she'll be the woman that breaks you.
They do, man. They do. It can happen. It don't always happen, Joey. And sometimes being broke, like a horse, they feel better that way. So when you're broken and that woman's always dependent on you and you're like,
So, we started this based on like Usha Vance and JD Vance, and I don't think JD's broken.
no, he's working.
Oh,
And
yeah.
you don't think she's cracking the whip?
Oh, sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, and by the way, I do love, because Vance has been talking, I'm looking forward. He just did a long sit down interview with Bishop Barron. Really looking forward to watching that. But he's doing all these interviews about his faith, about his book. And he said, what I realized in my 20s, I made all this money and had all these connections. I was going to Yale and all this stuff, that I was an overachiever. And then Michael Knowles says to him, well, tell me more, Mr. Vice President.
Was he an overachiever though? 'Cause he's only
it's- He's like, well, that doesn't really fulfill you. Anyway, I'm running for president.
Yeah.
And,
That's more.
and Joey, with that being said, a woman of faith who knows how to pray and don't hesitate to get in that Bible and read and study, that's what you want right there. Because whenever that woman is riding your back, she's riding your back from the Word of God. And that's something that I can't say that nobody don't need.
Right.
There's no way you can't use a little bit more.
Agreed.
Because we can't never get enough of the Word and spiritual healing, spiritual leading. What a dream car. I'm back to the FM, fellas. I know y'all ain't got long to go.
Appreciate you, Paul.
Later, guys.
See you, brother.
272-9228. It's 334-272-9228. We do have to take a break.
Yeah, we do.
First, as part of the program, Montgomery Men's Health is helping you listen to this part of the program, paying for this part of the program.
Oh, yeah.
Great sponsor.
Helping you out, too, right, Joe?
Yeah, I just told you. Like, I just got my testosterone score back, and it's we're
Breaking
doing
the
all
machine.
right.
I like that, Joe.
Doing all right. And there's still room to grow, but that means I just got to hit the gym more.
Mm-hmm.
Why did you not like when I said there's still room to grow?
I didn't say anything. I just had an epileptic fit for a second. I'm good.
Okay. But yeah, they can really help you out. Like if you are a fella, could be you're in your 50s, 60s, you naturally stop producing testosterone as much.
True.
Most men, some of y'all, just my goodness, till you're 90.
Mm-hmm.
But if you are a fella going through that natural process, you don't feel like you used to, you're not sleeping as well, you're getting a lot thicker around the middle, not in a good way. You're just exhausted all the live long day, lacking confidence around most of your life as well as in the bedroom.
Yeah.
Could very well be low testosterone.
100%.
And it doesn't have to be that you're in your 50s, 60s. There are a lot of guys in their 20s and 30s who don't feel good.
Yeah,
and they
this
learn
is
to
true.
just grin and bear it, but you don't have to feel that way, gentlemen. And there at Montgomery Men's Health, you're dealing with folks that have been helping men out with low testosterone and things like ED for almost 15 years now. So you need to know your numbers. Do you know your numbers, gentlemen? The urologists and medical providers there at Montgomery Men's Health make it easy to know your numbers. Just get by there. Testosterone check is a quick blood draw. It's only $99. $99, and you can get the results back same day.
That's right.
And especially if pills haven't worked out for you, you've tried things online, stuff. No, go get great local in-person care.
Yes.
There at Montgomery Men's Health. Call them up at 440-3663. That's 440-3663, or book online at montgomerymenshealth.com. That's Montgomery Men's Health. For every man in every season of life, be sure to tell them, especially that lovely lady at the front desk,
she's
that Joey,
nice.
that fellow on the radio sent you.
He may not know whether he's coming or going, but whether you're going to work or coming home, Greg Budell is there. Mornings 6 till 9 and afternoons 3 till 6. Only on News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Do you suffer every time you try to wear good-looking shoes, but you don't want to wear ugly shoes just because they're comfortable? The Good Feet store wants to help you wear heels, boots, and dress shoes again in comfort.
We're located at 7341 East Chase Parkway in the shops at East Chase. Now hiring.
This is your roving reporter, and today I'm talking with a political activist.
That's right, man.
And could you please explain to us your red cap with the letters MMRGA?
Yeah, man, this is my MARGA hat.
MARGA?
Yeah, man, that stands for Make My Retirement Great Again.
I see.
And to do that, what you need to do is call David Ernest,
the asset preservationist.
That's right, man. You can call David at 833-596-7233. That's 833-596-SAFE.
And I understand that's a toll-free number.
Yeah, man. Get David Ernest on the case, and your retirement will be great again.
And you make these hats?
I do. Here's a whole pile left from the last administration.
And they say CPWABD.
Yeah, man. Corn Pop was a bad dude.
And as you said, there's a whole pile here.
Well, there wasn't much demand.
I can dig it.
For too long, Alabama's statewide news companies have shamed us for our conservative Christian values. Alabama deserves a news company that cherishes our culture, a company that isn't bought and paid for by the powers that be. 1819 News is that company. Run by Alabamians for Alabamians, 1819 News celebrates what is good and beautiful about our state, while exposing those who work against our values in secret. Just go to 1819news.com to learn more. Subscribe to our newsletter. That's 1819news.com. This hour of News and Views is brought to you by our good friends at Cole Plumbing, 279-8919. Cole Plumbing is number one in the number two business. You don't have to dig a hole. They have proprietary pipelining technology. Ask them about their tankless water heaters. Remember, when you have trouble with your bowl, call on Cole.
We get Montgomery talking 24 hours a day. The River Region's most trusted voice. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back. Now, Axios has a story about 3 AI trends. Okay. Let's go over it real quick.
All right.
these AI trends, they're accelerating and colliding. And so it's forcing government, business, and investors to rethink their strategies in real time. Number one, AI is getting bigger and better both here and in China.
Yeah, I can see that.
The U.S. government is scrambling to keep pace. Number two, by creating a regulatory framework, perhaps with international reach. Number three, both America and China are considering blocking access to their best AI in recognition of the rising stakes. So the explosive rise of truly autonomous agents is forcing Washington and Beijing away from light touch oversight, transforming the global AI race from a commercial sprint into a national security standoff. So what's happening here? Well, the models are starting to muscle up. Increases in the capabilities of big AI models led by OpenAI's ChatGPT, Anthropic's Claude, and Google's Gemini tend to get covered incrementally by the media, but we've just lived through a transformational few months. Anthropic's Fable and Mythos models, restricted in June for nearly 3 weeks over security concerns, have set a new standard for the mind-boggling frontier of AI. Engineers can hand these models entire multi-million line code bases and walk away for days, trusting agents to rebuild outdated systems, fix their own bugs, and test their own work with shockingly little oversight. After a quote-unquote voluntary delay due to government consultations, OpenAI came roaring back with Sol, S-O-L, a model early testers described as a quantum leap in agentic power. Developers have been left slack-jawed by its ability to summon swarms of sub-agents that collaborate, hunt for security flaws, and rewrite software at speeds that make previous models feel like dial-up. Elon Musk's SpaceX AI, fresh off its record-breaking IPO and $60 billion acquisition of Cursor, clawed its way back into the AI race Wednesday with the release of Grok 4.5, a model triple the size of its predecessor. Musk says another model nearly twice as large is coming next month.
Wow.
Doubling down on a bet that raw scale, not just smarter training, still wins. Meanwhile, China is dominating the open source race. GLM 5.2, built by Chinese startup Z.AI, is free to download and now performs in the same tier as America's priciest models. Wow. Z.AI founder Tang, would you pronounce J-I-E?
Yang. Take
Yang
the J
Yang?
out, put the Y in. Go ahead, say it.
No, his last name Tang.
Okay, what's his first name?
G?
Yang
T?
Tang. Chang Tang.
Thank you, Eddie. Anyway, their founder predicted China will achieve a quote-unquote Fable class model before Q1 of 2027. So President Trump initially took a laissez-faire approach to AI as a way of keeping America's lead over China, but we've learned that top officials are vigorously debating a much more systematic and prescriptive approach, including proposals for the AI labs to follow before releasing their more powerful models. The possibilities are wide open, said an outside advisor deeply involved in the conversations. Trump is reluctant to regulate, as is clear from his approach across much of the executive branch, but the power of Claude Mythos 5 and Fable 5 has roused many officials to favor a more robust, less ad hoc approach. Restrictions on those models showed the administration's hand. If national security becomes an issue, complying with the government becomes mandatory, as evidenced by Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick's letters to Anthropic. A U.S. official told us, quote, the export controls were effective in ensuring Anthropic worked with the administration. Mythos, we were told again and again, was a wake-up call that more guardrails are needed. We've learned Trump officials are considering a new governing body for vetting AI with the possibility of including other nations. And Chinese authorities have met with top tech firms over the past month to discuss restricting overseas access to the country's most advanced AI models, Reuters reported this week. When Axios started asking about and around about the report, they were surprised to hear the U.S. is kicking around ways to restrict Chinese access to U.S. models, perhaps through export controls. These conversations are very preliminary with little agreement about what measures could actually work. This isn't just about American competitiveness. National security is at stake.
Yep.
AI is already deeply integrated in both countries' intelligence and military, which will change the geopolitical competition and the nature of warfare, said an insider. Anyway, we've entered the big phase. Big government considering new rules, big AI, and a neck-and-neck race for frontier supremacy, and the big global showdown of China versus the USA.
But it's been my experience, and maybe I'm wrong on this, old geezer here,
Mm-hmm.
but usually China can't do anything without taking it from us first.
Yeah, usually, but this is
reverse engineer.
this is a different thing. I think.
I would say so, but as an old man, I've heard that a few times.
Perhaps, but we'll see.
Yeah.
I mean, for as far as you and I, most of us listening are concerned, we're just sitting back, get your popcorn, and
waiting
watch
on my
the show.
robots.
You know,
still waiting on my robots, man. If I get 2 or 3 robots, I could take over the world.
what kind of robot you want?
I want one that can paint my house. You know, I want one that can mow the grass. I want one that can be your wingman, guaranteed that.
Well, I just hope you. I was wondering, like, you want one of you, like, I don't want you to get a robot you can have sex with.
No,
right?
heck no, I couldn't do that.
I don't think we could be friends if you did that.
I couldn't be friends with nobody. I got to be honest.
Don't do
no,
that.
No, I could, even if it wasn't a robot. If you just had one of those rubber girlfriends, I'm sorry, but man, I'm telling you, in Germany, they send me pictures all the time. A friend of mine over there of people taking their girlfriends like that to the park. They're just sitting on a park bench together. It's a dude,
Like an inflatable,
not
Or
the
just-
inflatable, but the $5,000-$10,000 dolls.
Oh,
Yeah.
like the truly.
Yeah, but it's still a doll.
Yeah. I'm just saying, don't be having sex with Robot Eddie Bader.
I have no plans of doing that.
All right.
Why, you heard about some kind of new robot coming out or something? I mean, I know you're into that. You'd be the first to
I'm
know.
just telling you, it's a dangerous time, Eddie Bader. It's a dangerous time.
You got to worry about getting pregnant.
No, you're going to get a demon pregnant if you keep going down that road. A literal demon that will haunt you for all time in eternity.
I've got one of those now, Joey. 2 of those, actually.
Doesn't mean you want more. Anyway, we got to hit this break. First, this part of the program, again, brought to you by Josh and Leslie Ryder there at Dillon Ring. And at Dillon Rings, they can help you across the board, especially like jewelry you wear all the time.
Yeah.
You love, but it looks like you wear it all the time.
Yeah, it's a little faded. It doesn't have that bling to it.
Yeah, they can do a spa treatment, make
They
it shine
can.
and shimmer like it's brand new again. They can do repairs.
Yep.
Pretty much anywhere, in terms of disrepair, they can fix something. I mean, they'll let you know if something's truly, but I've always seen Josh find a solution.
Well, I know they can size things. Like, say someone gifted you a ring, and it's too large or too small for you. They can certainly
Or it could be the
size that
same
for you.
ring you got at a very important
Oh, yeah.
ceremony, and now it doesn't fit because
Doesn't
your
fit no
fingers
more.
got fat.
Yep. Or the other way around. Could be falling off your
Yeah,
finger.
You don't want that.
Don't want that at all.
Washing your hands, it's down the drain.
Yep.
And of course, they can do custom design work, and they have an amazing inventory from high-end, one-of-a-kind pieces to starter jewelry, everyday jewelry, fun stuff. They got your back there at Dillon Ring. So stop by today, 119 Brown Springs Road here in Montgomery, just off of Atlanta Highway, and be sure to tell them that Joey and Eddie, those fellas on the radio, sent you.
Want to carry News Talk in your pocket? Download the News Talk 93.1 app from the App Store. Available on iPhone and Android. Never miss a moment. Download now.
We get a lot of questions about what all we handle at Hannah and Eddie Realty Group. I'm Hannah Grantham.
And I'm Eddie Bader, and we will handle all of your real estate needs.
We handle all your buying and selling needs, from your first home, next home, land, investment property, and even commercial properties.
We do it all and have the experience that shows you what makes us different.
So when you think real estate, think Hannah and Eddie Realty Group. Look us up on Facebook or give us a call at 334-368-6358. And let us show you who you have on your sign matters.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
This hour of News and Views is brought to you by our good friends at Cole Plumbing, 279-8919. Cole Plumbing is number 1 in the number 2 business. You don't have to dig a hole. They have proprietary pipelining technology. Ask them about their tankless water heaters. Remember, when you have trouble with your bowl, call on Cole.
Rich Thomas Weather, a service of Riverside Chevrolet Wetumpka. If it's Chevy, it's Riverside. Best price, best selection. Check them out on the web at riversideusa.net.
Well, hi, everybody. Good luck on your town's chances of seeing one of those evening showers and storms that'll be random across the area. Unfortunately, most towns get skipped. Very muggy again tonight with the overnight low temperature in the mid-70s. I think we're headed for the mid-90s tomorrow and also on Saturday. Triple-digit heat indices, 70s at night, and spotty random scattered showers and storms for some lucky towns here and there. 75 days till fall now. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
If it concerns your community, you'll hear about it on News Talk 93.1. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back. I'm your host, Joey Clark. Eddie Bader here in the studio with me.
Mm-hmm.
And mentioned the survey earlier.
Yeah.
About Latino voters or
Yep.
Hispanic voters.
Mhm.
How U.S. Hispanic adults describe themselves. So apparently Latino voters aren't just splitting over Trump. They're divided over how being Latino shapes their identity in America, according to new Pew Research Center report. It's a deeper fracture than a typical partisan divide. Latino voters are splintering over whether their ethnicity feels like a barrier, an asset, or is politically irrelevant. That's complicating how both political parties try to reach one of the nation's most important swing constituencies ahead of the November midterms. A majority of Latinos who backed Trump in 2024, 57%, say what happens to Latinos in the U.S. affects their own lives not too much or not at all, according to the study released Thursday. Meanwhile, 75% of Latinos who voted for Kamala Harris say what happens to Latinos affects their lives a great deal or a fair amount. 6 in 10 Latino Trump voters say they never or not too often feel a responsibility to look out for other Latinos in the U.S. Only 20% of Harris voters say the same.
Yeah.
In the 2024 presidential election, nearly half of Hispanic voters backed Trump, the best performance by a GOP presidential candidate in modern times. The survey lands as Democrats are trying to win back Latinos from the GOP, particularly by trying to rebuild trust on Democrats' approach to the economy and working class issues. But Pew's findings suggest that the challenge for Democrats and the opportunity for Republicans isn't just economic messaging. Latino voters are increasingly divided over whether being Latino itself is central to their political and personal lives. The study's authors write that Hispanic identity differs sharply by political leaning and immigrant generation, and that the gaps between 2024 Harris and Trump voters are often even more pronounced. The divergence extends to the identity labels Latinos use in their daily lives. Hispanic Trump voters are nearly twice as likely as Harris voters, 43% to 22%, to most often describe themselves as simply American. Harris voters used a wider mix of labels, with a majority, 54%, using country of origin either alone or combined with American, such as Mexican American. The community is broadly divided on its lived experience in America. A third of Hispanic adults say they've experienced discrimination or unfair treatment in the past year because of their ethnic background by someone who's not Hispanic, but a majority, 54%, say they haven't experienced any of the 4 Hispanic-related discrimination incidents asked about in the survey.
That's kind of what I thought.
Yeah. Despite these deep ideological and experiential divides, some share views remain. Across the board, almost no one is adopting certain progressive terminology. A mere 1% of Hispanics prefer the term Latinx.
Yes.
Yeah. Pew also reports that 54% prefer Hispanic and 30% prefer Latino, and 14% have no preference.
I know
I
many of
usually
the
say
14%ers that just, they don't care.
They don't care.
They don't care.
The assumption that Latino works as a single political identity is breaking down. Did it ever work?
No.
And it's kind of like the Democrats are counting on that sort of.
Well, that's the part that I don't get. I would think that if they are truly, and then they're truly going after Latino voters. I think the Latino voters are smart enough to know these Democrats are the same people that have turned their back on their own people. The only reason they're courting us is so they can win. They're going to do the same to us.
The bottom line is there's no single Latino vote, and Pew's report suggests there may be no single Latino identity driving it. That sounds actually pretty awesome.
Yeah, that sounds actually pretty accurate.
That would be great if almost every race and ethnicity essentially agreed to that.
I thought that's what we're supposed to be. I see no color, Joey. Only Polacks.
Well,
right, that's what I'm looking at now.
I mean, when people are like, oh, that's just such a white thing to say, I'm like, well, look at me. Do I look like I'm on the right side
I'm
of
white,
history?
but I ain't that white, Joey.
He may not know whether he's coming or going, but whether you're going to work or coming home, Greg Budell is there. Mornings 6 till 9 and afternoons 3 till 6. Only on News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
We didn't say it. You did. Guests keep telling us Epicure and Jack's Tavern serves the best steak around. Wet aged in-house. Hand cut. Perfectly cooked. When people talk, we listen. And we keep doing what we do best. We invite you to come experience the difference for yourself soon. Epicure and Jack's Tavern. Come taste what everyone's talking about.
This hour of News and Views is brought to you by our good friends at Cole Plumbing, 279-8919. Cole Plumbing is number one in the number two business. You don't have to dig a hole. They have proprietary pipelining technology. Ask them about their tankless water heaters. Remember, when you have trouble with your bowl, call on Cole.
News and talk without the static. The River Region's most trusted voice. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back.
Okay, that sounds like it came straight from an anime soundtrack.
Huh?
This sounds like it came straight from an anime soundtrack.
No, it just came from my magic AI machine after I played my guitar into it.
I see. It really sounds. I'm waiting for some cartoons to step out any moment. Never mind. I took regular shrooms. I thought I took some good kind.
See, they're stepping out.
Yeah. Is that you doing a rad solo?
I played
Like
that
a-
part of my acoustic
like
guitar.
a Neil Sean
but
type
it's just-
solo? You get out there and
It's
let
not a
your hair
solo.
down?
That's just a little bit of a,
It
it's a
sounds-
little rhythmic kind of riff thing.
Kind of sound like a
Anyway,
solo there.
let's go to Ray Bowles with Prideful Carpet. He's in Marbury.
Yes, he's in Marbury. What's up, Ray?
Well, actually, I'm on the interstate heading to Marbury.
Ah.
Hang on my phone. There you go. That's better.
There
And
you
that
go.
music, I'm almost asleep at this point.
All right.
Joey's trying to kill me. And everybody else is on the interstate right now.
Oh, good lord.
Is
Is everybody going 45, Ray?
yes.
Yeah.
Or I actually go and there's a state trooper up ahead.
Yep.
Like that.
Guaranteed.
We're all acting like we're not beating the GP time.
Yep.
Hey, this morning I woke up at 2:30, just being wide awake.
Wow.
So normally I wake up at 5 and I can see we have curtains and the lights are coming around the curtain.
Right.
So I put the curtains and there's no light. Stupid dark.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no. I look at my phone, I'm like, oh, it's 2:30. This ain't good. Yeah, that was a rough night.
Yeah, that makes for a long night, Ray.
Yeah, my body tricked me. I thought it was 5:30.
That just means you
So-
didn't work hard enough yesterday to keep you asleep through the whole night.
Well, and I can always send you that song too.
Yeah, you need to send us. You need to send me that song so I can put my earplugs in and
Ray's
listen to it all
lullaby.
night long. Absolutely.
He likes progressive rock as a way to go to sleep. Wow.
Hey, that's fine. As long as he pays the royalties, that's fine.
If you live in Marbury or anywhere in the Tri-County area within, let's say, 75 miles or close to this side of Birmingham, Auburn, we'll come out free of charge, give you a free estimate, look at your place, see, give you that great pricing. The next thing you know, you got a floor down just that quick.
Ooh, that's pretty quick. Now, do you also do the lakes, Ray? You'll come to Lake Jordan, Lake Martin?
love Lake Jordan, Lake Martin. Now, the Angels a little bit of a drive, but we'll do it.
Yep.
It's a pretty drive.
It is a pretty drive. It is.
It's a beautiful drive. So, absolutely, we love going to the lake.
Excellent. And you still got waterproof carpet just for the lake, right?
You know, they quit making that stuff.
What happened, Ray?
Nobody would buy it. They didn't believe them.
No, oh, really? Nobody believed him? Oh, wow.
Yeah, they wouldn't buy it. I'm like, what's wrong? I mean, is this waterproof? And I'm like, no, y'all are liars.
Okay.
Yeah, you got to give it to them for trying, though. An A for effort.
Yeah, give him that.
Yeah, so, but we have some incredible buys on these vinyl planks at $5.50 a foot. Great buys on carpet right now. Just tons of stuff. And our schedule is packed. So normally I say a week, probably 2 weeks out at this point.
Okay.
And it's filling up real quick. So if you need it done, give us a call, 285-8117.
Again, that's 285-8117. And be sure to tell them you heard Ray Bowles on the radio with Joey and Eddie.
Guys, have a great day.
You too, brother.
Safe travels. We learn anything today?
No,
we are in very different places in life.
We have learned that. Also, Usha, I can't get over it. I even looked it back up.
Yeah.
April Marie. There's a big similarity there. I never noticed it until today, and it really got me.
Yeah. Did you learn anything else?
Bonnie Tyler, rest in peace.
Rest in peace, Bonnie. Yeah. Learn anything else?
I gotta go lay some sod.
What lesson did I tell you about the robots?
I'm not gonna have sex with the robots, Joey.
Very good.
What if they got...
No buts, no what ifs.
What if they got a big old bird?
Don't do that.
I will not fall victim. But if you get a call early in the morning, don't ignore it. It might be from me.
Greg Goodell's next. Y'all stay tuned.
Broadcasting from the Riverside Chevrolet Master Control Center, this is WACV Cusana, News Talk 93.1 FM. When it's Chevy, it's Riverside.
With SRN News, I'm Bob Agnew in Washington. Maine Democrats are looking for new candidates to challenge incumbent Republican Senator Susan Collins in November. That's because their candidate is dropped out now amid sexual assault allegations. The U.S. has launched new airstrikes against Iran, and Tehran responded by targeting Gulf countries in the area as well. The exchange of fire threatening an interim deal that was intended to bring an end to the war. Sirens sounded at least three times in Bahrain. Missiles targeted Kuwait and Qatar. President Trump says he believes a ceasefire with Iran is effectively over, saying he's not sure he even wants a deal anymore with the current regime and that he believes that we should, quote, finish the job. Ukrainian drones hit more Russian oil facilities and set two oil tankers ablaze in the Sea of Azov. On Wall Street, the Dow Jones Industrial Average near the close up about 76 points. The NASDAQ up 311 points. This is SRN News.
Hey, I'm not one to say I told you